Yo, what is going down, fools? Welcome in the most underrated podcast you already know. The homies Dow Pal and Antonio and Jalal, the producer, chilling on the cast as well. Fellas, how you guys doing, man?
What it do?
Yo.
How are you? Man, today feels a little extra weird to me. I don't know why. Just feel a little bit thrown off today. Maybe because actually, I'll tell you why right off the jump. I still haven't had the results. I'm still waiting on the results for the drug test. So,
Oh, yes, because it was supposed to be orientation today, right?
yeah, I thought we were gonna get started towards the end of the week. So, me and my lady were talking about it. It's all backed up from coronavirus, stuff like that. So, we're today just feels weird. I did get out and hit the skates though. Got a little cardio in before the show, like right before the show. I came in about 3:45 or 4 o'clock. I was sweating my ass off. I was like, all right, give me a towel. I need to clean up here and get show ready. So
what do you think that everybody's just like applying for new jobs right now? Is that why the drug testing's backed up?
They I don't know, maybe a combo, but I called the drug testing place today, and the automated system is like, hey, we're experiencing a high number of, because they're testing for coronavirus as well. So we're experiencing a high number of tests. Yeah.
Wow.
That they have to administer. So yeah, that's what's going down there. So
I saw you post those new
weird.
blades. Did you get some new blades? The French blue.
Oh no, those aren't those are this dude Frankie Morales owns this company called Gods, and that's one of his skaters new pro model. And Frankie dropped his pair, and they actually look like the flu games. They're black and red.
Sick.
So they're the flu game colorway, and then now they dropped those, and they're the French blues. So yeah, I was looking at some YouTube reviews. I was just trying to figure out how they skate and shit. I was like, maybe I'll get myself a birthday present, man. Those shits are the ones I have. I think I got them in like 2008. So long time ago.
Long overdue for a new pair.
Yeah. Did you see T-Mobile on the blades, Dallas?
Oh, dude, for sure, man. I was giving him some shout outs just via DMs, and then he started sending me like a lot of his videos. And he's a little rusty, but dude, he made real quick progress, like hop back on those blades, kind of like it was 15 years ago, and was doing it with his kids, man. I props to that fool, man. I'm happy for him.
He took some spills, dude. Those falls look like they hurt. I was like,
hell yeah, they did.
There's nothing you can do though. Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna fall. That's part of the game. That's part of learning a new trick. It's part of learning a new skill. Anything in life, whether it's rollerblading or something else, it's a skill. If you have to learn it, you're gonna mess up. And unfortunately, in this one, messing up just requires falling. It's not fun. It's not a good part of it. And dude, I was driving today home from where I was kind of skating at, and I saw this ledge, and I was like, man, to be 15 years younger, it just looked like the sickest. I mean, it would come with quite a bit of risk, but as I'm saying, 15 years younger, you're in better condition. Mm-hmm, but anyway, what have you been up to, Dal? What have you been doing to stay busy besides not leaving the house much?
Let's see here. Jalal came by today and did a little curbside pickup of his mixer that I've had in my ride for quite some time. So I didn't get to see him, but I left him a nice little surprise covered by a nice black sheet, so nobody stole his mixer, and it would still be there when he came by.
Nice.
I almost got tore up by some dogs in the neighborhood.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Every single dog in the neighborhood started barking as soon as I parked the car.
Dude, my neighborhood, dude. Come nice days, dude. All my neighbors let their dogs just loose like a bunch of idiots. And then my dogs are barking at Jalal. Of course, they're inside. But yeah, man, don't come around these streets, man. Don't thinking you're not going to get taken out. You know what I mean? These dogs for real over here. But outside of that, man, you know what? I've been relaxing as much as I can these last couple of days, dude. Dealing with this new Vertigo issue is something that is, mildly troubling. It's hard to kind of really live the same life, that you've lived. Like I said, the pandemic has really screwed up our lives and has changed a lot of perspectives and changed just a lot of daily routines, unfortunately. And then you add vertigo, which again, I'm not familiar with. I've never dealt with it in my whole entire life. So that's new to me. It's been a real bitch, let me tell you. So just the dizziness, waking up, changing positions, headspace, tilting head up, down, has really just caused a lot of dizziness and just spins. Like I feel drunk a lot of the time without having all the fun and no liquor. So I haven't been
Dude,
able to
how
drink.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just to quickly catch people up, if you missed the last show, Dallas is having like, he had a crazy dream, turned real, like woke up and turned real rapidly in the dream. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And now he's having this crazy vertigo issue.
Yeah. Wait, did you say that's what it was from, or did you just say that like that happened and you got dizzy?
No, that's what caused it. That's he's had it ever since then. Like it knocked those marbles loose or whatever he was talking about. I don't know. I'm not clear on the details. Dallas, maybe help him out.
Yeah. So what it is, there's these inner ear crystals, and these crystals essentially keep you balanced and send a message to your head that, hey, everything's good or everything's not good, right? So these are basically your balance crystals inside your inner ears. And when those fall out of the pockets that they initially sit in, they'll either dissolve or they'll take time to obviously get back into the place in which they left. Typically things that jar these loose is like, when you get hit in the head, people that get concussions, head trauma. But it can also be simple things like irregular head movements, that just come out of nowhere. Typically, it's more common in your 50 plus year old people. But the doctor that I did teledoc with online was like, yeah, dude, we're seeing it a lot in the younger generation as well. And I said, well, is that because sports and impacts are getting a little bit more intense? What's up? He's like, yeah, I would agree to that. But yeah, man, it comes along without warning. You don't know. There's nothing really that you can do as preventative maintenance, unfortunately. It's just one of those things that just kind of comes and it eventually goes. And sometimes it'll last, a few days, sometimes it's weeks. And then, the longest I've seen is a couple of months. Now there are activities that you can do to try to get those crystals to kind of go back in its place. And you can look all that up if you're interested out there. But yeah, there's exercises you can do to try to make it better. But those exercises are MFer as you're doing them, because to put yourself through those exercises, it's going to bring on the dizziness. It's going to bring on all of those symptoms, unfortunately, that really blow. But you just have to kind of push through it and do those exercises multiple times a day. And that obviously is really the only form of treatment they have, for it. So I've been dealing with it now since Sunday. So I'm hoping here in the next week or two, we can get it knocked out and I can get back to business. So
that's crazy, man. A lot of people relating in the chat. What up, chat? How you guys doing? Tell me, Eli, Vertigo ain't no joke, bro. Dallas head spinning from all that Pornhub. Misha.
Hey, just taking advantage of that free membership, man. On that premium tip.
John King, my wife had vertigo for like 2 years. The worst. I had to carry her out of Disney World. She had a bad episode. Worst experience of my life.
Oh, wow. 2 years, though?
I'm not even trying to laugh at that, bro, but that just sounds miserable.
John King, I'm sorry about that experience, but 2 years, dog? Like, you're not giving me anything to look forward to. Like, that scares the shit out of me over here.
Look at T-Mobile here. My wife kind of sucked for about a year from vertigo. We had a tough time with it.
Oh, wow.
Dude, Robin, you're going to suck for a year now. Down to Robin.
Well, that's on top of the sucking that I already do, I think. So
no homo.
Yeah, there's just a lot of sucking going on over here. Pause.
Oh, jeez, I'm dead. Oh,
so,
no, great. Actually, no, wait. You were telling me that you were painting the other day. Have you been doing more stuff around the house?
Yeah, I mean, I did, not really together necessarily, but Robin, puts me together, a list in the morning to, to help us out and to help out the house, obviously. And I was feeling a little bit better yesterday. So for about two hours, I knocked out some vacuuming, unloaded the dishwasher, clean the bathrooms, and I'm getting ready to take on this big yard project. So, obviously replacing sprinkler heads, making sure that we're fertilizing correctly. I've got to aerate the whole yard. So that's what's happening in the next 2 days. But dude, if that continues to be a bitch, like all that shit, I'm out. Like I can't even pick up a bag of fertilizer, dude, without like falling on my dick. You know what I mean? In terms of dizziness, like it's that bad. When I'm just walking normally, and faces forward, no looking back, no tilting up, down, sideways, which is nearly impossible, right? You're always kind of looking at your feet. You're, looking to not step on dog toys and shit. Like it's incredible the amount of things that you have to change yet again. It's just, man, I hate my life right now. I really do.
Like having to relearn,
It is. It's and,
not,
and, then, and then, yeah, and then you get punished. It's like somebody's yelling at you every time you tilt your head up and down, by making you dizzy as shit. It's like I just can't win. It's crazy.
From BK, Dow, look up self-Epley maneuver.
Yep, that is the most common, and that's what I have been doing. And man, it screws me up. But you have to push through it. You have to do that. They say 3 to 4 times a day, and that can obviously absolve this. But dude, that has been a bitch. But it is the best rated maneuver out there and exercise out there. So yes, that is correct.
It seems like you're not alone. Just the people in our chat. Con Lee, my father gets vertigo pretty bad. I personally don't know anyone with it, so I'm looking at you like a little bit not crazy, but I'm trying to learn what's going on. A lot of people in the chat, it sounds like they have a personal experience with it by themselves or knowing someone.
Totally.
It's kind of interesting because Marco says, I've had vertigo for years. It's crazy. Me and Dow have the same symptoms, anxiety and whatnot. I just learned to live with it. But I wonder if anxiety has like it plays some type of role in that. Because anxiety causes like a lot of other things, even if it seems unrelated. Like it just causes, whether it's just symptoms and it's mimicking something else, or it can cause actual real things from like stress. And it's kind of interesting to think about.
I think, Jalal, I think from what I've read, I think you're pinpoint, even though you're just throwing things out there. That's pretty correct info. From what I read, this can be brought on with like, obviously, head trauma, actual accidents that you're involved with, but it can also be stress induced. Anxiety and stress and depression all kind of run hand in hand, and you're going to have a little bit of every one of those things with whatever you're diagnosed with. So yeah, man, I think it's very, very relevant, and I think it's very possible that stress is a killer, dude. And I think stress in itself, whether you don't have a job, whether you lose your job, whether you're living through a pandemic, trying not to be a piece of shit, working on your relationship, all these things, right? And you still have animals and you have kids to take care of. And then all of a sudden you're T-Mobile and 15 years later, you're putting your blades back on. All of these things happen and life happens and continues to happen, but stress induces a lot of crazy things. So I think you're pinpoint.
Chase seems to think it was a result of the 420 events here on the cast.
I did think about that actually. I have the pipe.
Of course, you did.
I have the pipe right next to me here that has like maybe a third of the bowl is smoked out, and I was like, man, I never should have taken that hit. Now that was just a crazy thought, but
right,
no, it's not. It's not
that's how it always is. Something happens, you're like, man, why would I run to the store? Right. I ran to the store at 9:00 to get ice cream, and the place got robbed. And now you have all this crazy PSD. You're like, if I never would have went to the store, if I just wouldn't have went to get ice cream. But then if you always thought like that, well, what are you doing? You'd be living like we are now. You'd never leave.
Yeah.
On your own accord.
It's just like you and I, when we went to the draft that one day, that one evening, and all of a sudden I get a flat fucking tire on a brand new tire in a brand new truck. And we're like, God damn, if we would have just stayed at the house and done the draft remotely, none of this shit would have happened. And we're drafting on, on the side of the road like idiots because of it. It's just like,
were you a part of the cast yet at that time, Jalal, or no?
Which draft? NFL?
NFL, the NFL draft this past. No, I guess probably not, because that was September.
That would have been Stringer. Nah. Yeah, that'd have been Stringer.
It was midway through the NFL season. I remember it was like a Thursday night game. It was like one of the first episodes. Yeah, I remember that too, episode
100. So that was probably, kick it back to about probably an episode in the 80s. That was probably the 80s.
Something like that.
That's how we talk about our show. It's like decades. Oh yeah, that was the 80s. That was
the
the
80s.
90s. That was the 70s. That was the 60s. Go back to the 60s for that one.
Yeah.
Good shit. Well, besides all that stuff, getting out, or I guess not getting out, and kind of what's going on with you guys, with all the new lifting of restrictions and the things that we've heard, what do you guys think is going to happen the next week when things kind of, as we get back to, I don't know, what everyone is pushing for normal is what it seems like.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hearing. I think
Feels weird.
Yeah, so I think tomorrow really kind of most counties are kind of the next stage. Obviously, the safer at home is what they're calling it here in Colorado. But I don't think that means everybody's kind of getting out there and doing it. So I think your nail salons, your barber shops open back up tomorrow. So tattoo shops, that kind of thing. But then you have other counties like Denver being one of the major ones. Those restrictions aren't lifted for another 7 days after tomorrow. So the 8th, those are lifted. So I think next week you're going to start seeing some movement. You're going to see some people be like, oh man, finally, like now I can fling my dick out and just do whatever I want. And then you're going to have people that are going to be like me, that are just like, well, you know what? I'm going to take the next step myself. And for example, I have an update real quick. Screen printer, he is back up and running. So we should have Dang Bros out and done printed by the end of this week. So we'll get those shipped out. So the Dang Bros, we'll get those out. Sorry, we appreciate that. I know there's only like 6 people that bought them anyways. So you 6 people, I really apologize for you 6 fools out there that trying to represent. That being said, the Sports Hype Life we'll start printing those next week because they don't even have the shirts yet, because Alpha Broder, which is our wholesaler that we get our shirts from, they were closed and on lockdown. So they open up tomorrow. So I will be able to at least place the order, be able to pick the shirts up, get those to the screen printer. So there are things in motion. So going back to what it is, I think you're going to have people like me that are going to start venturing out, dropping things off, which I think is essential, right, to our screen printers. I'm going to pop by the studio. Maybe I'm going to clean that bitch out one day and never pay rent again. I don't know. But that's kind of my plan next week, is try to get back to more of a business normalcy. Like, I'm not trying to go play tennis in the courts. Some of the golf courses are open with heavy restrictions. Like, you can't even touch the fucking pin. Like, you can't ride in a cart with somebody. You can't touch the pin. There's all these crazy things that are happening, even with like golf and some of these sports. But I'm not ready to get out there and do that. Plus, golfing's no fun for me if I'm doing it alone. I like doing it with somebody so they can see my immaculate shots. But I think from a business standpoint, I'm ready to get out there next week. That's kind of where I'm at.
Out there. Nice.
Out there,
what about you, Jalal? What are you thinking?
I think people are, to be honest, I think people are sick of it already. I went out this morning. I went to the studio. I stopped by, grabbed a few things from there. And the office that the studio is in is just as normal. Like, people were all walking around. I only saw a few people really wearing masks. I drove by a couple of parks and people are all out. They still have like tape around the playgrounds and stuff. So, you can't really go play on the playground, but everybody's out, man. I think people are just sick of it. And if it really does, like, once it officially opens back up, I think it's going to be a free for all. I don't see too many people just holding back. I mean, there'll be a couple of us that kind of know a little bit better, but for the most part, everybody's gonna run back.
Well, did you guys see that Georgia tried to just reopen everything, and they've already had a bunch of new cases?
Have they?
Yep,
No surprise.
Spike.
Yeah, from reopening. So I feel like there's things you can learn just by looking around. Oh, let's see what they did, what worked, what didn't work.
My thing is, like, yes, we should be trying to get back out there and get everybody back to work, but I just wish that we had, like, it was way easier to access the supplies that we need. Like, I wish we could just go to Home Depot and buy a real 3M mask, or whoever the official company is, go get some Lysol wipes. Like, if we're expected to go back out into the public, we need to have the supply flow matching, our order, opening back up the country.
People in the chat are talking about a second wave. Do you think you guys think we're going to get hit with the second wave for sure?
Absolutely. I don't know if it'll be as
Yeah.
vicious. And, you know, you could even argue, like, has Colorado, I can't say any other states, any other countries. For example, the prime minister of Britain or the UK came out today and says, the UK has peaked. We have peaked. And I wouldn't even say that US one has peaked. Number two, Colorado specifically, I don't think we've peaked. And that the reason I say that is because our testing is still very, 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 very far behind from a lot of the other bigger cities like LA's and your New York's. Their testing is immaculate because they're such a hot spot, right? Colorado, we're so outdoorsy here and there's so much shit going on. I think there was like another damn near 200 deaths to either yesterday or today based off the care homes. All these like care homes are just, man, they're having a hell of a time. So for me, I don't even know if we've peaked, number one, in Colorado. Number two, you're definitely going to see a second wave of this, dude. And that's just because, again, our testing isn't where it needs to be. So we still don't know where we stand day to day via how many we have out there. They're still forecasting like we could have 10 to 15,000 people with it right now, is what they're saying, because we just haven't had the testing. So yeah, man, you're going to see a second wave of it for sure. And you may see we may as a nation see a big second wave going into the fall, you know, because it's flu season. You have all these other variables. They're going to be in conglomeration with the COVID. So it's not going to be good.
I saw reports that saying kind of what you were alluding to there about fall and flu season, but the opposite, saying summertime would likely help a lot to kill off the disease because of the extreme heat and temperatures.
Sure.
So
that's what seems to make sense. But we're looking at like cases in Ecuador and Brazil, like a lot of these hotter climates, and they had some of the worst cases.
And they're still
and I don't know
cracking,
if
right?
it's just because they're like crowded or what, but you know, that's why it's kind of great that we're in Colorado. There's a bit more space, whereas a place like New York, it's like you really have no chance. You have to either go on the subway or you're in a small apartment building. So it's going to be interesting to see, but who knows, man?
I think I know it's going to be really interesting to see when we do, when the second wave hits. Are people just going to be like, yeah, whatever, we already went through the first wave, we'll just deal with what happens? Or is it going to go back into a lockdown scenario, back into the social, well, I guess the social distancing is kind of going to remain for a while, but
I think they're counting more on herd. They're counting more on the herd immunity than like finding an actual vaccine at this point. They're just kind of saying, hey, let everybody get it, let everybody get immune. And the people that are really at risk just stay at home. Seems like that's the messaging that we're getting.
I think yesterday you had Dr. Fauci come out and said, talked about these remdesivir trials, and obviously that's not a cure by any means. But what that is, they're seeing good things. That what this drug does is somehow it isolates somewhere in the genes or somewhere inside of you. It isolates something where coronavirus needs that to be able to flourish in your body. And somehow that drug kind of isolates that area of wherever it is inside. Again, I'm not a scientist, but Dr. Fauci was trying to explain that. So that sounds good. That's some good news that there are some things that'll help us get through this. And what they have found is the typical time of the coronavirus for a patient is about 15 to 16 day span. Well, this drug, what it does by isolating this area of the body, it doesn't cut the time in half, but it limits it to about that 8 to 10 day segment. So it saves you about 4 to 5 days of this. So then if you have it, you're getting rid of it. It's flushing it out. So that's good news. But again, that's not a cure, and that's not something that is a means to an end, if that makes sense. But it is something to get excited about. That some of these treatments out there are getting better, and they're putting a lot of effort into this and putting it at the forefront. That makes me feel good. But we as a people, man, I don't know if you saw it today, but Michigan, there was a bunch of like right-wing fools that went in there with guns ablazing and saying, we're the people and we don't want to stay home. And
really,
I mean, it's just, there's a lot of people that just aren't taking this serious, and it's just the people have to get this thing worked out, and we have to do our due diligence. And I can't tell anybody what that is, but I'm trying to do my part, and hopefully these scientists will come up with vaccines and cures and get this fucking shit moving.
All right, so check this out. There's a couple of different perspectives here in the chat, and I think it's important that we talk about all sides. Chase in the chat. It's not what the media is selling us. Sorry, fellas, but it's not. Referring to coronavirus. So he's thinking he's on the side saying, "Yo, it's not what we're being told. It's not as bad as everyone thinks." And then you got people like T-Mobile in the chat, whose wife works in healthcare, and he says the hospitals, he says every day has had more patients here in Massachusetts. My wife said the hospital's been packed. And then he also replies to Chase in there saying, well, is it not? Well, my wife is telling me that because she's on the front lines and she's telling a far different story than what you're saying here. So here's what I would say. I would say, as far as this, not what the media is selling us or whatever, do I think the numbers are probably a little bit inflated? Yeah, because every single case, regardless of what someone dies from, if they had coronavirus, they call it coronavirus. The guy didn't die from a lung infection. The guy didn't die from something else. They always call it coronavirus.
Pre-existing conditions.
Right. So in that, if you're looking at it that way, yeah, I would probably say the numbers are inflated by the media because it isn't really accurate how many people are actually dying from the disease. Now, I'm not saying that's, I'm in the, you know what I do? All the people over here, push them to the side. All the people over here, push them to the side and kind of go down the middle. Let me figure out where the truth is at, somewhere in the middle here. It's not everything the media is selling us, but it's not all the way. This isn't shit either. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a conspiracy. This is BS. It's none of that either. It's somewhere in the middle.
I think the media just takes it a step further. Like, it's definitely bad. There's definitely a pandemic, but the media just, they're using it for clicks and ratings, and they'll find all the scary articles that they can, and just to get more clicks to their website. And so they're definitely pumping it up, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist,
I think the biggest issue I have, your sneakers were authenticated. You now have 168 in your GOAT account. Hey, let's take a pause for that.
6 weeks.
They're taking so fucking long. Let's just celebrate real quick. Okay, get back to the point. Jalal is absolutely right. And Thomas Cervantes actually asked, hey, he's like, Dal, how much media coverage do you watch? I don't mean this disrespectful, just curious. My answer to you is not a lot, man. I really just listen to Governor Polis. I literally listen to Governor Polis, which is obviously the Colorado governor, and I listen to President Trump because he's such an idiot, and all he wants to do is blame everybody and blame this and blame that. He never gets to the point. He doesn't answer questions. He's like a third grader, that gets called on miscellaneously when he's not fucking paying attention, and it's that bad. But what I would say is the media is doing it for clicks. There is no doubt about it. Negativity spreads, and they're trying to be a big part of that. The one opportunity I would say is for media, why don't we talk about how many people have recovered, how many people don't have symptoms and have recovered and have been all right and just had the flu and it was no big deal and they moved? And why can't we talk about donating their antibodies and their plasma and making that, as helpful stuff versus this negativity, because it won't sell. And so I do listen for that. And I do, look for research as to how many people have gotten better, how many people have been healed, how many people, this wasn't, life threatening. But then you also see people my age now getting strokes because of blood clots. So has this virus evolved now? Are we getting blood clots at my age? And then all people my age between in their mid 30s to early 50s now are coming in, and T-Mobile can probably speak to it because his wife has probably said some things, but that age group now is being pinpointed as having blood clot issues and having strokes because of this. But, am I worried about a stroke? No, I got vertigo out of nowhere. But, again, man, it's interesting to know about it, but like, I don't live my life thinking I'm going to die tomorrow. And if I do, then it's my time. So I just want everybody to know that I'm okay. Dal does his research, but Dal's okay over here. He's just trying not to get dizzy. That's all over here. Thomas, don't worry. I'm just trying not to be dizzy. I'm trying to come work for you. I'm trying to come sell some glasses.
It comes with the territory. When you're prepared, you look a little crazy. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I guess. It's funny that I looked at Jalal kind of like I am now. It's like, man, Jalal, this is probably just a flu, dude. This is, man, why? What are you doing? Why? But now that we live in it, wiping my groceries down, wiping takeout down with disinfectants, like getting a little crazy, microwaving stuff to try to kill any cells on stuff that I can microwave that comes from outside the house. Yeah, man. But control what you can control and, live your life.
It's interesting. Armando Silva, did you catch his?
Yeah. Armando's like our age too.
Got it. So he's actually dealing with it. He says on day 38. I'm interested to see, like, are you still having symptoms on day 38? Like,
he says, guys, do you know anyone that's gotten sick? I'm on day 38. It's no joke. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still dealing with it or if he's feeling better now. He says he got super sick for 2 weeks, and then the recovery from it is a long road.
Huh. And he's only 38. Like, that's a year older than I am. He's probably got no underlying health issues. He's probably a healthy dude. And
he says still super tired and having issues breathing. That's like the scariest part is they're saying there's some people are having permanent damage or permanent effects. Like, you might be left with some breathing issues after.
Right.
It sounds terrible.
Well, I think you need to, John King, excellent point in the chat. If you know somebody or people that have had it, ask them about it. They've had it. That's a direct contact, somebody that you know and hopefully you trust to give you legit info. He says, I know 5 people that had gotten over it. They said it felt like death. I'll stick to that before I worry about what someone thinks in the media. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's like I said, I mean, if you got a family member, direct contact, and they're not a hypochondriac making up shit, then trust what they say. I know Armando pretty well. I think he's a legit guy. If he says he's not feeling well, still on day 38 of getting back to normal, I believe the guy.
Yeah, I haven't even been in quarantine that long. Shit.
Right.
Day 38. Like, that's a long ass time, Armando, man. Prayers to you, dog. Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy, man. It's insane.
Now, Dal, you mentioned Trump, like you said, he's been on the press conferences every day acting crazy. I know that we don't want to get into politics, but you guys think we're getting another 4 years? There's no way Joe Biden is winning, man. I haven't even seen him talking, or he's just been missing in action.
Yeah, I think Joe Biden. So the latest update I've seen on Biden is, I think in the next few days he's coming out and addressing his sexual allegations. So that's kind of the next step.
I didn't even hear about that. Oh,
yeah,
so if that's the case.
Yeah, so he's coming out and having.
We got to worry about other stuff first, guy.
Yeah, he's got to get that that done and gone. You know what I mean? But that's the latest I heard with Biden is he's coming out and having a presser, or maybe just an interview about his sexual allegations, and he's addressing that live on TV where we can all watch. But yeah, man, I think fortunately or unfortunately, whatever you want to say, I mean, the one thing I would say with Trump is he's great at, he's a businessman. Yeah, sure. He's had a couple bankruptcies. I think a lot of common folk have had bankruptcies, but he's had a lot of business deals. We look at the most underrated shit. We don't even know if that's going to last. We just have to kind of take it day by day. And, franchise is going to have a job. I'll probably go back to a job. Jalal is going to have multiple entrepreneur jobs. So, businesses don't always last, and you can't hate that against Trump. Like, he's had so many, and yeah, he's had probably a couple failed ones, but he's a businessman, and there's no doubt that he knows money. He's good with money. He's a business guy. And I give him props for that. But outside of that, the empathy, the sympathy, the care for the people, like Obama, for example, like was he the greatest president? Probably not, but he did some great things. He had some opportunities. Nobody's perfect, but Obama versus Trump, Obama was a man of the people. He knew how to talk to people. He knew how to address people. And that's a special skill. And that's one that I would hope and would want a president to have. Trump does not. Trump absolutely does not have that, and he's hard to listen to. He's hard to relate with or relate to because he has so much money and he's had so much opportunities. He's had that silver spoon, and he doesn't really understand, I don't believe, the common folk, and especially poverty. That's something he doesn't understand. So I think ending the political talk, yeah, man, I think we're going to get another 4 years. I think he's so far ahead. Out of the
you don't think how the virus turns out or how we come out of this, do you think that has any effect on if he gets reelected, or you're just like, he's golden?
No, it
especially
does.
now.
It
especially
does,
now with
but
the allegations and all this stuff. I mean, there was already a little bit of stuff with Biden in the past. Remember the kissing on the cheek and all that stuff. And now this is it's just getting deeper and deeper. It doesn't quite feel like a Cosby situation, but it's like at the top, like tipping over, like, oh shit, I could see this fool's shoe slip in the mud, and all of a sudden he's Chris Farley from Black Sheep, and he's rolling down the side of the mountain into the Cosby pile.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, it's I think Biden just doesn't have a hope. I don't think he has a chance based off the allegations, all these things. Trump has been there, done that for 4 years, and there are a lot of people out there that think he's, as Trump would say, people have thought I've done an incredible job. I've just done an incredible job.
You got to get on SNL with that impression, Dal.
No, it's bad. It's not good. But there's a lot of people out there that think he's done an incredible job. And, and like I said, he's been there, done that. Biden has not. Biden has been a vice president. Biden has not been the president. He has not been in the office for 4 years. People, it's the unknown of what Biden can bring, or the lack thereof, is what scares people. And they've seen Trump for the good, for the bad. And I think, again, Biden with the allegations and all this other shit, he's just, he's a dying breed. I don't think he has a chance. That's my opinion.
Luxic in the chat. I know 3 people at my job who have it right now, and it's not good. My man is 36 and trouble breathing, aches in his back when breathing, dripping sweat and fever. Don't be foolish and think just because you're young, you'll get over it. Everyone says they're ready for death until they're laying in the bed trying to hang on. Life is a wonderful thing. Don't waste it. That's my sober story.
Real talk, man.
Ooh, that's scary.
I think we can end the somber talk on that note. That was a good last final comment.
Yeah, someone, Dirty DJ. Shout out to Dirty DJ in the chat, bro. Always repping. He commented while we were talking about all that. Yeezy Supply slides were on. Jalal, did you go check it?
I checked it. Wow.
I did too.
Yes,
I did too.
Yes,
right away, bro. I checked it for you. Did you see the resins in a size 4?
No. So with the resins are the ugly color, right?
I mean, they're all ugly, Jalal. What are we talking? I mean, what are we?
Yeah.
Dal sent me a link too, like before. Dude, I've had 3 people send me links, and every time I go to it, they're gone. They must not be that trash because they're selling out right away.
They have the bone colorways, the really, really light one, almost white. They got the desert sand, which is like your cream joint. The resin is like the greenish cream.
That's the only one.
The earth brown are the poopies.
If anybody has a chance to cop, if you give me a 10, I'll pay you, and I'll throw a little extra on top.
Dang. Look at that. Yeah, the resin's the only ones I saw available.
A few days ago, and I was like, man, $120 for some slides? Hell no.
Pass.
Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. What do we want to start with today?
Should we transition to NBA off of, since we're talking about kind of coronavirus, we can get off of that a little bit, but.
Sure, man. Yeah, we have a ton of topics in the chat, so we can just kind of flow in and out of the combos and see how it goes. Yeah, NBA. I'm not up on this. What I see it in the rundown. NBA Disneyland. Explain. I haven't even seen that.
So the NBA is basically exploring the option of using Disneyland as like the place to bring back the NBA season. I don't know if that means they're going to have everybody locked. What's that?
Yeah, they're trying to create a bubble out there where they have all the teams and everyone locked.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's genius, man. Like they could bring their families. They could have like a couple workers to operate the rides, provide food. People can, their families can ride roller coasters while they're out there hooping. I love it.
You know who they couldn't bring in though? When they go to the clubs and when they go to the strip clubs, they can't bring those chicks back. They can't bring those back into the bubble. Okay.
Yeah. That's why those guys are all getting coronavirus. They need to just chill out for a couple months.
Disney World, not land. We're getting flamed in the chat. We're getting
Disney
flamed
World.
In the chat,
watch out for John King. Watch out for that.
Oh yeah. I'm not up
big
on
mad.
that.
Big mad when you say land. If you ever say land,
the big one.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I would say. I think you're right, franchise. I think it's literally that's the term that they're trying to create is this bubble, isolate the teams. The sports complex itself sits on 255 acres. According to the website, this kind of space is a major benefit amid this pandemic. So they're saying the HP Fieldhouse, the Visa Center, and other parts of the complex They're already set up for broadcasting as well. So broadcasting crews could come in there. They've already played high-level basketball games there. The Junior NBA Global Championship has been played at the venue, and it's the site of the annual Advocare Invitational College Basketball Tournament that always airs in November. So it's set up perfectly.
Wait. There's one venue?
No, there's multiple venues.
Oh, okay. So the venue, you're saying there's multiple places where games are taking place. I was like, what?
You got it.
What?
And I think okay. That's again why the NBA might want to do this, because they can play multiple games at a time. Like, it's not, we're just waiting for this game to get done, waiting for this game to get done. It's like they can have.
Can you tell me what the complex is called really quick, Dallas? I just want to look it up.
It is called the Wide World of Sports Complex.
Wide World of Sports Complex. Okay. All right. Let's check this out. Cool. Yeah. Jalal can put that on the screen too for people as well. That way we can give a little, for people that are not familiar. John King in the chat says tons of stadiums there.
Yes.
Wow. Dude, I'm not, when you first said it, I was like, it seems a little, but I mean, obviously you have Disney World amount of hotel space, right? Which can easily accommodate enough NBA players and their families, I'd assume.
Dude, do you know how much 255 acres is? Like, this complex is ginormous.
It's streets. It's like land. They have actual land. You drive through the streets and it's like,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's its own town.
Oh yeah. Wow. That'd be the perfect place.
Yeah, they would just isolate them in that fake world of Disney, and they'd play games. No audience, no fans, no nothing. Just production staff, TV production staff that has to live in there too, right? Yeah, because they've got to. And that's a lot. Yeah. And you're asking a lot. Yeah. Wow, you're asking. Not only asking a lot of the players' families that have to uproot their lives and live in there, and then, like I said, the production staff, they can't leave. The cameraman can't go home. He's just a lifetime cameraman in that place.
How much are you really asking them? Let's be real.
What do you mean?
You're asking them to be at Disneyland. Is it Disney World?
Away from your kids? Away from your family?
Bring the kids.
Oh, the camera people can bring their family too? The announcers,
they got the space, dude. They got the hotels.
The graphics guy, everyone's bringing family. Jeff Kirby, they're working down there.
Everybody bring their family.
The whole Kirby family's coming
Have the ride operators working. Let their kids go ride the rides. Everybody get tested before they come in. No in or out.
Wow, this is a crazy idea. This is interesting. This is very interesting.
I'd watch these guys hoop at a goddamn Lifetime Fitness right now. So you're talking about Disneyland or Disney World with the big court and everything. That sounds great to me.
Neighborhood, fake world. What is this, Truman Show? That's what I thought of when I said that. The Truman Show. Yeah, remember that one?
I love that.
Oh, that's so great, dude. I was scarred ever since I saw that movie, though, because I thought that was my life. I was like, oh, yep, these fools are bullshitting me. They're part of the script. They're part of the script.
The eye is always watching.
Slap my dad in the face one day. You're part of the script, aren't you?
It's true, dude. Let's see. Chase says, "Come on, Dal. 250 acres isn't even half a section, Kansas boy. 255 acres is a shit ton in the city of Orlando, just like randomly plotted out in the swamps of Orlando. I think that's pretty sick. So yeah,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not 6,072 acres or whatever the hell Kanye's got out in Wyoming.
That's true.
That's some acreage. That's some land. 6,000 acres he's got out there. Guy owns a mountain, guy.
God, that's wild.
We were out driving the other day. We took Benny for a little walk and shit. And just driving, like going on this trail. We just went down south, towards Castle Rock, down that way, and just kind of did a little hike, walk on this trail, got out, walked Benny. And dude, just looking at that, just driving through there and looking at it, I was telling me, I was like, can you imagine how awesome of an idea that was for Kanye? Like, he owns just acres and acres of this type of shit. It's super mountainous, and there's cliffs, and there's streams, and there's valleys, and it just looks like Pride Rock, bro. It looks like you're in the damn Lion King, and Kanye owns that shit out there. Like, that is so brilliant.
Like, you won at that point. What else is there to do?
Right.
You're looking at a mountain range, and that's yours. I don't know if he owns the actual mountain range. They have a lot of different, rules and regulations, but he owns the land that they're on.
Yeah, it's I wonder what he's gonna do with it all. And I wonder how he's going to get that clan. How does he get his wife and the Kardashian, like his family, to go live out there? Like, how do they eventually transition to that full time? How does that ever happen?
Never.
When Kylie's buying $36 million joints in California.
That's true. I think the only way he's able to talk him into it is if he puts all his factories that he's supposedly going to create in the U.S. right there, and all his kids and the Kardashians.
Is he putting those Yeezy factories on the land?
I hope not, but I don't know where he's going to put them, but
no,
I wonder.
He's building. Well, the plan is to build the Yeezy campus, so I think he only has like 5 years left that he's tied to Adidas, and who knows if they'll like re-sign and restructure that deal. But he might just take it on his own. He owns 100% of Yeezy, so after the term with Adidas, he can really just do everything on his own. Probably be a lot harder, but I think that's his vision, what he sees.
Well, yeah, he's tired of carrying Adidas. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
make your own money.
John King, $2 in the super chat. Thank you, JK, man. He said you can't ride Space Mountain in Wyoming.
Fair enough.
I'd imagine him doing it in that voice too. And he said it ain't got Mickey Mouse.
That's true.
That is a cool idea, the Disney thing. I think it's a lot to ask. I really do. I think it's still a lot to ask for all the families and and it's still just like the Dana White shit just feels a little forced to me. It just feels like, I don't know, man. It feels like these leagues are saying, we understand this is going on, but we're more important than everything else. Don't you guys get it? Don't you understand? We need to get back. We're more important.
See, and I don't feel that way though with NBA. I think Adam Silver's done a great job really slow playing it and really just having these calls as options and opportunities. As you know, to run a league of that sort, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of phone calls, takes a lot of planning. And I think that's all he's doing. I think the health of his players, the organization, the families, I think that's still on the forefront. I think Adam Silver is a little different than most commissioners and owners out there. I really believe that. I don't know that for sure, but I believe that he is. I think he's a little different. And I do not believe that the NBA will do it unless they feel like it's a great plan. But Dana White, on the other hand, I just can't compare the two. Dana White is a madman. Dana White is an evil man right now. Dana White is just an aggressive SOB right now. And I'm happy in one way that we're going to see some fights on the 9th, but at what cost? I just hope it doesn't blow up in their face.
It's just it's a different sport with UFC. It almost, I don't want to say it comes with the territory, but it's like these guys are taking beat downs like nobody, going to the hospital after the fights. So if any sport was to do it, it'd be UFC.
It's interesting because Cowboy Cerrone just got interviewed by Brett Okamoto, I think yesterday. And you know what he said? It was interesting. So he's on he's not on the main card. He's on the preliminary fights, or the undercard of this fight on the 9th. And we'll see how he does. I think he's fighting Pettis. But he actually told Dana White, he's like, because Dana White's trying to get, like 3 different fights set up within a few weeks. And Cowboy wants to be the one guy living out of his RV, he says, and wants to fight like every fight in a row. He's like trying to get that Dana to approve that, which I think is crazy because that guy hasn't won and he's looked really shitty in his fights.
Every fight in a row. What are you talking about? He's trying, I don't even understand.
So they're trying to do, Dana's doing 1 fight per week starting the 9th. Every week they're doing another card. I don't know if you know that. Okay. And Cowboys trying to fight on every card for 3 weeks straight. So May 9th, then the next week I think is the 16th or something like that. And then the following week they're doing 3 cards. He's trying to fight on all 3. He is.
Cowboy isn't even making it out of the first round. How is he fighting 3 weeks in a row?
Dude, go listen to the interview. It's crazy. He's like, I'll be living out of my RV. Dana, just give me a call. He's ready.
Oh my God, I gotta check that out. He's got CTE, guy. He's getting crazy. What do you mean?
He's
Cowboy.
He's about out the game.
Hasn't he had 2 first-round finishes the past 2 fights, or first and a second round?
Losses, yeah, absolutely.
He's not even getting through the fights. The first fight. How is he?
The one before that was a stoppage.
Or
was
is
a
he
doctor
like,
stoppage.
maybe I'm confused. Wait, maybe I'm thinking like Cowboys saying, I'm thinking he's going to win all 3 fights. You're just saying he's just going to compete. He just wants to fight all 3.
He wants to be the first guy to do it.
So it's not like he has to win. So he could get knocked out in the first round of the first fight, come back the neck week, get knocked out again. Who wants to see that, Cowboy? Actually, I don't even want to see Cowboy fight again. I would like Cowboy to retire. I said this on the show already. Back when he got knocked out by Conor McGregor with his shoulder. Okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a man get beat up by shoulders? Me either. That was insane. Cowboy, I know that's not a fun way to walk off, guy, but you got to walk off. This is insane. Yeah. You just want to go out there and get beat up for the heck of it 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, he talked about it though. Yes, so go listen to the full interview. It was really good. It's enlightening to know where Cowboy comes from. It's interesting. It's obviously entertaining. He talks about his son quite a bit, but he says, dude, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming to a close for me. And he's like, I'm just trying to go out with a bang. I'm going to give all the fans that, everything that they deserve for all the sport over the years. So he does allude to the light at the end of the tunnel coming very, very soon. So
it's gotta be, dude. It's gotta be. We kind of transitioned from the NBA stuff into UFC a little bit. I think we were kind of good on the NBA. I think we found that pretty interesting. I think there are some logistics, and it's a big commitment on all parties, but shit, if everyone's in, then they're all in,
Mm-hmm.
As far as UFC, you're saying Dana White's a madman. Has there been any more updates since last show?
Haven't seen any, just kind of the Cowboy Cerrone interview with Brett, I thought was pretty interesting and insightful. Outside of that, no. Dana just really Dana went on Reddit and he was chased down by some fans, and he answered some questions on Reddit for some of the fans, and he just talked about, why are we not putting Khabib out there? Why are we not waiting? Why are we putting Ferguson out there with Gaethje? And then, he obviously came to side with Gaethje and says, Gaethje's a top 10 fighter right now. He's one of the best in the world, and we need an interim title. We need to get this shit going. And outside of that, he went onto Reddit a little bit just to kind of plead his case on this upcoming card. And a lot of it was the whole Khabib Ferguson. And we just can't wait for that any longer is kind of what he comes down to, with the Reddit stuff. But outside of that, dude, I'm happy that we're having a fight on the 9th. I haven't heard anything otherwise. It's something to look forward to. I hope everybody's safe. And Colorado, gambling's legal starting tomorrow. So, I have something to bet on the 9th now because we're legal in Colorado starting tomorrow, and I can get my bets locked in.
Where?
There's a couple apps. I don't know the apps for sure. I think I maybe took some screenshots, actually. Hold up. There are some apps that are launching tomorrow. Let's see if I have them here. Yes, there is one called Bet MGM, and that is live tomorrow. I don't know if you can download it yet, but it is expected to release tomorrow, and that's Colorado marks the 5th market expansion for Bet MGM, a product of MGM Resorts. The sportsbook is also planning a retail location yet to be announced. And then the other one that is releasing tomorrow is called Bet Rivers, and that's just another company that's doing it. And they're actually streaming some of these events. Not only can you bet, but you have live odds and betting, and then you can also stream some of the things that you're betting on, like the horse races, the table tennis that some people are betting on right now because there's nothing else out there. So those are 2 that are releasing tomorrow for anybody in Colorado. Obviously, you're going to have to be geotagged. It follows kind of where your GPS is, and you'll be able to lock some bets in.
Nice. Yeah, I saw NASCAR was making its return May 17th as well. Adam Woodall said in the chat, first of the major sports to make that move. I'm sure not many folks care, but it's the first domino to fall as we start to reopen things. So, no, it'll be UFC on the 9th, and then NASCAR the 17th.
Did NASCAR even really have to shut down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They shut everything down.
Everybody's just in their cars. You got a couple people in the pit.
That gasoline don't kill the virus, man. So I don't know. Those people I don't know how they're doing social distancing and all that shit with NASCAR. Those people are pretty close quarters there in a pit stall. it'd be pretty hard to keep 6 feet. It says they're going to do it with no audience, but they're obviously not giving a shit about social distancing.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, in the pits, there's no way to do that in the pits.
Hell no, dude. Everyone's
No way.
stacked on top of each other, and your car's got a pit. It's not like they can just not be in the pits.
Right. Yeah, you're stepping on each other's dicks trying to get the tires off, right?
It's not like you can do it anywhere else. It's not like you can adjust the pit stalls because all that stuff changes the sport.
Right.
You can't do all of that is part of the sport. So
yeah, just think if they were working on motorcycles, like those motorcycle races that are like in the UK. Yeah, you want to talk about not being 6 feet away from each other? Shit, man, motorcycles really close quarters.
Yeah, for sure. While we're in sports, let's just hit this really quick. Little League World Series, they canceled that, and that isn't even till what is that? June?
Yes, I think mid June.
Mid-June, so that's done. Next kind of thing. Do you think 4th of July gets canceled, Dallas?
Yes, I do.
What do you mean, like people getting together, or
like gathering at like certain places to be able to watch fireworks? Like you would think that you might be able to do the 6 feet distancing there, but I think they're probably just going to make you watch it from home or watch it on TV. Like maybe they'll do like a cool televised event for 4th of July, and maybe they'll just kind of go that way, and you can get on your own damn roofs and watch it. But yeah,
do you think there'll be more fires, shit being burned up because everyone's lighting off illegal shit at their house now since they can't go anywhere?
Yeah, you'll probably maybe not even fires, but accidents. Yes,
accidents. Yeah, that's what I meant.
M80s to the hand. You'll have a lot of Jason Pierre-Paul?
Oh, jeez, JPP. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, JPP, dude. You'll have these two guys gone. Your old thumb and index finger gone.
Yeah,
he's been having a bad couple weeks, hasn't he? He just got in another car accident or something, I heard.
JPP did?
I think so.
Huh.
No.
I don't know, Jalal. I'm not down with JPP.
Let me see.
Yeah, you know me. I ain't down with JPP.
I didn't see that, but you know what I saw was I saw Telvin Smith got a charge for sexual assault yesterday. But I didn't see any JPP info. Interesting. So yeah, Little League World Series canceled, first time ever.
It's an old crash.
Oh, it's an old crash.
They just leaked the photos of the $350,000 Ferrari that he crashed last year.
Gotcha.
Well, dude, with that Little League being canceled, dude, so that cancellation includes like 82 regional qualifying tournaments and the respective 7 World Series
I didn't even
events.
think about all that. Holy smokes.
That's a lot of shit, dude. We're talking
a lot leading up.
I think we're talking I think the numbers on that was like over $1 million in lost revenue on something like that. Like it's big, dude. Just canceling all of this, like that's a big decision, but the right decision, I think, for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, March Madness got canceled. Come on, it's Little League World Series. It's not that deep. Fucking March Madness got canceled.
That'd be hilarious if they started going like Dana White, like we're gonna bring the Little League World Series.
Little League World Series is going, damn it.
I think the reason they had to cancel was, as you go state to state, city to city, there's all these different bans and there's all these different policies based off of state to state. And there's just no way they could have had all these different games collectively, regional tournaments, and then getting into the main tournament. Like, there's just no way they could work with the states to make this happen. There's just too many rules and restrictions from that, from all that.
Right. Damn, I didn't think about all the little tournaments, all the stuff that's going to be affected there. That's just crazy. Let me move into this, Dow. Did you see Eminem's house was broken into?
I heard about it, and they were calling him like a modern day Stan or whatever. That's kind of the headline that I saw. I don't know much about it. Gosh, this is the time when I wish I could. God, I really miss our show. Yeah, the way we had it, because I would like to be playing some Eminem right now. Have you ever heard the song "We as Americans"? How does it go? Oh, it literally starts out at the beginning of the song. He says, "There's an intruder
In my house, he cut my phone line.
Oh yeah, I have heard
Can't dial out.
that. Yep.
I scream for police, and I doubt they're gonna hear me if I shout.
Out.
And then a beat drops in, fucking super sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, we as Americans, that's a fucking jam.
I think
Anyways,
it's just better if you do it.
no, it's not as good, guy. I'm over here. That's embarrassing, bro. Anyways, you can hit up TMZ for my man's mugshot. Matthew David Hughes broke into Eminem's crib earlier this month around 4 a.m. Police say, let's see. According to law enforcement, the 26-year-old used a paving stone to smash a kitchen window and climb inside the home. We're told security was fast asleep as the guy made his way into Mather's living room. We're told an alarm went off and it woke Eminem. M got up and found the intruder in his living room. The intruder was detained by his guards when they came running in. Police were called and rushed to the home. Hughes was taken into custody and booked on charges of first-degree home invasion, malicious destruction of property, both felonies. It didn't appear Hughes was trying to steal anything. It seemed he just wanted a face-to-face with M. Hughes is still being held on $50,000 bond at Malcolm County Jail. So that's Eminem's mansion, Detroit mansion. I guess it's just outside of Detroit in a gated community. And at first it was reported when I first read the story the other day, or yesterday, I guess, it said it was the guards were asleep. Then there was an update to the story and it says that was a figure of speech. They were not actually sleeping. They were on the front yard of the property and the guy broke in through the back. Believe what you want. I still like saying that they were asleep.
So it's like Twitter saying, y'all be sleeping.
Right. That kind of shit. Yeah, they were.
Gotcha.
It says this is exactly the quote. Two of our sources contacted us after posting the story to say when they said security was sleeping, they meant figuratively. We're told the security team was on the front of the property and the intruder snuck through the back.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
I think this guy deserves a face-to-face. He went through a gated community, got past security.
Yeah.
Let him get a sit down with him.
Hey,
he was probably trying to get off some bars.
All I can tell you is meth's is one hell of a drug. It's one hell of a drug.
I actually let me see if I can find it. Dallas, this is for you. I actually have I have the dude spitting some live bars.
I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, floorboards, wearing a Ford Taurus, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time. The hair's divorcing. Look what I'm planning. I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking and you're looking and staring at mannequins. And I'm going to Fannikins trying to get up a Fannikins. All of the Fannikins. What all the mannequins, Anakin, Anna in the cabana. I'm in a cabana in the Janet. Cabana chain on the stand-up banner. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford and I'm in a Porsche the floorboards while I'm on a torrent.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's a live listen to Matthew David Hughes. That was audio from the crime scene.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Trying to spit bars to M.
I thought he was gonna be something like, "Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom. I sent 2 letters in autumn. You must have not got them."
Wow!
You want me to keep going?
That was pretty impressive in
might as
itself.
well
I don't even need anymore.
Go through the hook.
That's all I remember.
You might as well just cut it off while you can instead of ruining it. That was decent.
It. That's all I know.
That was pretty good, Dal.
And I'm not even high. I should smoke. Maybe that'd make me really dizzy and really cool. I don't know.
Maybe that'd make you panicking while you're sick of damn it mannequins.
I'm taking the Porsche and the floorboards.
Have you guys ever had anyone break into your house? You guys ever been victim of robbery like that? Not even robbery, sorry, just break-ins.
I haven't. No, I've always been worried about it. Like it was about 4 weeks ago, dude. We had this glass framed picture fall off, and it was down in the kitchen. and I heard that fall, like the amount of glass that just like it sounded like a gunshot almost, because that tempered glass, the way that it's done, and it takes a lot for it to crash like that, and it fell off the wall, dude. And I thought somebody broke in. I thought somebody broke the window. Like, this is it. I had my gun ready. Like, I'm going downstairs, and Robin's like, hey, you might want to look at the cameras before you go down there and get dangerous. And I'm like, oh my God, really? And I was like, it was a valid point. But dude, when it's flight or fight, like, what are you going to do? Like, I had a gun ready, and that was the closest I've ever had.
Wow. How long ago was that, Dal?
That was about 4 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. That was 4 weeks ago.
That failed to make the cast.
Like,
that failed to make with nothing else going on in the world. That failed to make the show 4 weeks ago.
That failed beast the cast. Yep, sure did.
Wow. What were you saying, Jalal?
Dal's just living a crazy life, man.
It's the worst. Hey, I'm ready to be tag team champions with somebody. Let me tag you in. Take my life for a little bit. I'm tired.
How are you tired,
You need a vacation,
Dal?
dog.
You're just chilling.
It's the vertigo.
The vertigo. The spinning.
Yeah, didn't you two have a song about that? I'll never listen to that shit.
Nice one, Dal.
Thank you.
I had someone, I guess it wasn't really a break-in, but back in the day, one of the houses I was living in college, we just had someone. I went downstairs in the morning. There was just a random fool sleeping on the couch. Nobody knew who he was. No one would ever. And there was a party next door, and he just rolled into our crib, dude.
Oh, sick.
So it was kind of like a break-in.
Huh.
But he was just like a drunk college kid. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who are you? And
that's crazy. Yeah.
He didn't even know any. And he's like, oh, dude, I'm in the wrong house, man. I was like, yeah, you are. Have a good one, my man.
I think Robin had that. So Robin used to live in Boulder, right? With her family, and obviously CU is down there, and her family's house was really close to the campus, and I think she had a drunk guy walk into the house, and obviously her parents were there and all that kind of shit, and I don't even know if she was actually there or if it was just kind of a story told to her by it, but yeah, her family had that type of situation happen.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading some of these these comments.
Oh, dude, I'm so quick to grab my gun. Like, if I hear a sound, like I've got under multiple beds, depending on, like maybe I'm sick one night and I'm not sleeping in the same bed with Robin because I don't want to keep her up. I've got guns under the guest bedroom, our bed, you name it, man.
How does Robin feel about that? I always wondered, like, because I know ladies kind of don't like guns around the house, so
yeah, she wasn't pumped on it at first. But I think now she's gotten used to, like, it's more of a
the
peace
security.
Of mind. Yeah, it's a security piece versus like this thing that she's scared of. I think when I started taking her to the range a couple times, she started kind of respecting guns, knowing that there is a safe way to handle them and there's a right way. And I think she got to see me handle them. And I'm not an expert, but I take it very serious, and I'm very, very just dedicated to to gun safety. And I think once she got to see that and be a part of that and live that, and me kind of coaching her how to do things, I think that really obviously made her a lot less apprehensive about them. So yeah,
I always wonder about that, because like I'm by myself right now, but when I have kids and wife in the house, it's like you got to be really careful and you got to store them all properly, and it just adds a whole nother element to it.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, you got to be careful, man, with kids. That's a whole different thing. Like John King's probably dealing with it now because he just bought a gun recently. And the child locks, the safety, you have those little orange locks that can go through them, so you can't pull the trigger, you can't load clips. There's all these different kind of locks, but it's scary, dude, when you have kids. Like, that's a whole different thing. Like, if it's a partner that hopefully you can trust, that's a little bit better, but kids, that's a whole different game. And I don't know how I'd be as a parent. I'd like to teach them the safety and have things locked up, but then if things are locked up, what do you do when you have an intruder? You got 1 and 2, you got your 1 and 2s. That's it. I don't know.
From Chase in the chat, what kind of pistol you have ready, Dal?
Oh man, I've got a couple different ones. My favorite ones, I've got two 45s under two beds. I've got a 9mm under one. So everything that I buy is like, I love Springfield Armory. So 9mm, and their 45s are super tough. I mean, you can put them in water, you can put them in sand, and they just don't miss. I've got a Smith and Wesson 45. I've got, what the hell else do I have? I've got a couple plinkers, couple 22s. I've got two 12 gauges that I really, really love. That's kind of the home protection. So typically, if there's like an intruder, I hear a sound, I'm probably going to the shotgun. So I'm not putting holes through walls. Obviously, I don't have kids. So, I don't have to worry about, bullets traveling through walls that take out, my family. But shotguns are typically the best home protection, no doubt about that. Even just cocking those things, is enough to really just make people be like, "Oh shit, this house is legit." So but
oh, that's funny.
But
Fail Beast in the chat. I'm sleeping with guns with the flex emoji.
Nice, good man. Yeah, over there lifting like Miyagi bricks and center blocks and all the shit that he puts together. That guy.
Is he?
And in Supreme dunks.
Nice.
Yeah, that guy's too much for me. I like him though.
Well, Dal, when you're ready to hit the range, I've been waiting for somebody to try to get out this quarantine and go hit the range, but everybody's like, "Nah, let's wait till this all dies down." The Cherry Creek State one is an outdoor, so I was like,
"Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
we could stay 6 feet away from that one, dude. I've taken a lot of time over at Cherry Creek, so yeah, we'll do that for sure."
Yeah.
John King, I grew up with him. Just got to keep him out of reach and locked.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Chase, Dow, I'll send you some links to the some sick hidden places for your shit.
Oh, cool.
There you go. That way you guys can hide them up. Hey,
behind picture frames, like some Batman shit where the picture frame drops. That'd be tight.
Oh, is it mean like storage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Conley, they didn't want the smoke. John King, I'd hate to use an AR-15 in the house.
No shit. I had an AR for a little bit, but I mean, you had to go to like a specialty range, or you obviously could take it to the mountains. I think that's what I usually did with it. But the ammo was expensive. Obviously, that goes up and down, the ammo cost for ARs. But I just didn't need an assault rifle. So for me, I just love pistols and shotties. That's all I need. ARs are cool, but I didn't need one.
Yeah.
Typical Kansas boy with all them boomsticks.
Boomsticks. My dad used to call them boomsticks. That's crazy.
That's some Kansas shit, bro.
What are you gonna do with them boomsticks, son? You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man. You know nothing good happens after midnight. Get the hell out of here with them boomsticks. That's what he said.
Anna Choff. I have an AR for home defense in a condo. Luckily, my building has concrete walls.
Yeah, no shit.
We also have security in the lobby, God. You said.
AR for home protection. Wow.
In a condo. That's good shit. Let's do this. I know, right? Let's do this.
I'm plinking people off my balcony. Don't worry about it.
I can't even imagine. I'm just picturing like the ballpark lofts downtown or some like nice place like that, or nicer place where it's got some concrete walls and one of those like modern, not nicer, I guess, but that modern bullshit.
No doubt.
Let's do some sneakers, Dal. We can just start off with happy birthday to Tinker Hatfield.
Yeah, man. Tinker Hatfield. I believe he is 67 as of today, which is pretty cool. So obviously, April 30th, 1952. So yeah, that would put him at 67. Alumni from the University of Oregon. Obviously, this young man was not a well-known designer until the whole Jordan thing. Like, Jordan didn't like the original concepts that were sent to him, and they pulled this guy by the name of Tinker Hatfield out of the crowd and said, "Hey, what do you got?" And he ended up being obviously one of the biggest, most well-known Nike designers of all time. And we'd like to thank him for a lot of models. Obviously, the Air Jordan 3 through the Air Jordan 15, and then some of the later models, which I don't like to talk about because they suck. The Air Jordan 3 through the 15 are the best units. And he's a big advocate of those. And so happy birthday. And Air Max 1, of course. You cannot forget Air Max 1. So thank you, Tinker Hatfield, and happy effing birthday.
Happy birthday. Poor little Tink. He's got to be staying safe, bro. He's got to be. He's 67. He's getting high risk population.
Yeah, no doubt. Sounds like even us at 38 and 37 are high risk. So I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Tinker's chilling in a mansion somewhere. He's good.
Yeah, that guy's
He's good to go. No problem.
He's
away
like
from everyone.
He's like Cliff Kingsbury. He's good.
Ooh, he's got that set up. He's definitely good. Let me see.
What about this? How about yesterday? Exclusive access on the Royal.
Oh yeah,
the Royal Toe ones. Anybody have it?
Yep.
Anybody get it?
No, I didn't get the access, but the homie Misha looked out for me. So thank you, bro.
Interesting, man. I thought I saw you say something on Twitter yesterday thanking people, but I didn't think it would be the shoe because you're not a Royal guy. Tell me what happened. Why you're not you hate Royal. Like is there not a dominance of Royal on this that allows you to say, all right, I'll give this a second look. What's up?
For some reason, the white side panel with the white wings logo is just, and then the Royal toe are just so clean to me. It was everything that I wanted the game Royal to be, is what this Royal toe is. And I'm like, this is to me. And I don't give a shit about, people disrespecting OG colorways and all this bullshit. Mm-hmm. These are better than the Royals to me. They just are. Dang. I don't know what it is. I love the combo of the white wings logo, the white side panel, and the white Nike Air on the top with the Royal toe. I love the colored toes.
Right.
So the game Royal I hated because of the white toe. The Royals themselves, I've just never been a huge fan of the shoe. And this kind of gives me what I wanted out of the game Royal. And I don't know, man. It's like a little bit of that frag Jordan 1 as well.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It hits
frag, me right, bro. It just hits me right. And I was always more a fan of the frags than I was the Royals, but I hated that the frags didn't have a Royal toe. I hated the white toe. Now this is what I need, bro. It's weird. I know it's weird because I'm not a Royal fan, but those are the reasons this hits me that way.
The only bad thing about this is that white wings logo. That just throws the whole thing off. Now it makes it look like a mid or something. I don't know. It gives me mid vibes.
I see what you're saying.
I can see that. Well, so I'm not a big fan of the white wings logo by itself, but if you want to take it back to the white Nike Air on the tongue, for some odd reason it works. And when I see the white Nike Air on the tongue with the white wings on the side, it brings it together for me. So if you're not kind of seeing all of that, or you've only seen things for individual pieces on that makes sense. But I think the Nike Air on the tongue with the white wings logo really brings it together, and that's what makes it great.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is a pair I'm like I'll probably just sit on them for a while until I have a reason to wear them. And if for some reason they do go crazy, because we know Jordan 1s tend to go crazy after a while, just for no reason at all. You just turn around one day and they're crazy.
Look at the Game Royals. They're over $300. They're $400. No. Dude, the Game Royals are $400 dead stock in certain sizes, like your 8s, 8.5s. Those are the worst Jordan 1 in my opinion. I hate that Jordan 1. Jalal, it's his favorite because it's so easy to wear. That thing is $400 in certain sizes.
They grew on me, man. I bought out Shoe Palace when I was working at Aurora Mall, and they just tanked. And I was like, man, I took them all back. I kept 3 or 4 pairs, but I took the majority of them back. And then to look at the prices now, I wish I would have kept them.
You're kicking yourself in the dick. Yeah, dude, check this out. Right now in StockX, the Game Royal in an 8.5. Now, of course, let's start with 8. These are asking prices. In a size 8, $520. 8.5, $475. Size 9, $435. Size 9.5, $448. A size 10, $390. And those are asking prices. Wow, but just to give you an idea, one of the shittiest quality Jordan 1s, and in my opinion, colorways, I'm not a fan. Look at what that's going for. Insane.
What I've learned is Jordan 1 highs always go up. It might take a long time. Like even with the bread toes, I remember the bread toes took a little minute. I even got like kids pairs of the bread toes in GS sizes.
Oh, bread toes are cracking right now.
Went from 120 to like 400, 500, 600. Like,
oh yeah, bread toes. In my opinion, are going to be the next. They're not going to go as high, but they're the next Chicago Jordan ones. So I think you see the bread toes in the next year or two, you can see those going $700-800 easy.
Yeah.
So
interesting stuff. A lot of people, John King in the chat, would like the Wings logo to be black. A couple other people with the Wings logo to be black. So you want black on black?
That would be
too much. Black on royal?
No, the cuff is black.
The black,
that's why the white pops off it. The white pops off there, and then you get the white off the black, or the white Nike Air on the black tongue tab.
And see, that's why I don't like it black, is because we just saw the pine green 2.0s. Now, granted, that was like more of a patch that was on top of that, like that leather patch. So that was even uglier. But like that black on black, it seems cool in my head. But we saw that, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, the also, I mean, the fragment one is black on royal. The game royal one is black on royal. So I mean, this is just something we really haven't seen with this colorway, and it's a very, it has similarities to a different shoe, but it's still its own thing. So I think we get enough black Wings logo. Look around, look at all the Jordan 1s with black Wings logos on colors. We don't. So yeah, I get the white though, looking a little mid-ish, but yeah.
So your boy was able to get him as well. So there was an exclusive access, right, that we all had. And dude, right at 10 o'clock our time, or noon. Shit, I don't even remember when it was. I think it was 10 o'clock our time. And 12 o'clock Eastern. Yes. So right at 10 o'clock, I'm on there. I've got exclusive access. I'm on the desktop and I'm on my phone, because some people said the desktop was the only way you could see it, because some people's exclusive access was there on the sneakers app and just disappeared, but it was there when they went back onto their desktop. So I was on both, and right at 10 o'clock, I hit it on both sectors, and I got the error that says, oh, unfortunately, your size is sold out. Pick another size. So I tried 10.5. I tried 9.5. Obviously, those were sold out, and I'm like, fuck, I missed it. I really wanted this shoe. So then I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll take that L. I'm not going to pay resale because I don't want the shoe that much. And I'm like, well, I tried to do it for the cast. I tried to do it for me. Nope, no good. And it was about maybe, I think it was like 20 minutes later, they did a restock. So maybe they had bots that they kicked out. Maybe they had people that had payment issues, whatever. But I think it was about 15 to 20 minutes later, they did a restock of that on the sneakers app. And I was able to hit immediately in my size. So that was an interesting experience yesterday for me on those, on the Royal Toes. So I had that. So people that probably were dealing with it just like me yesterday, franchise, you had people helping you out. Yeah, there was a restock, and that's how I was able to get it. So kind of an interesting experience for me.
I wonder how much manipulation goes into these sneaker drops. Like, do you guys think they just kind of prematurely, make everything sell out just to get people thinking like, oh, wow, they sold out pretty quick. Maybe I should go for them. And then they do the restock, and then it just, everybody goes for it immediately.
I don't know, because I don't know what it would really do for them other than hype a sneaker up, because Nike they don't get anything off a resale and trying to change the resale game. But I guess from a hype perspective,
helps them avoid a brick.
Yeah, making them want product, I guess. But I don't know. Real quick, franchise, with Misha, did he do regular shipping or did he do the 2-day? Do you know?
I have no idea, but he told me it'd be here in 2 weeks.
Dude, so I got mine yesterday in terms of ordered it, right? I did the 2-day shipping. Mine will be here tomorrow.
Wow.
So I think, you know what? This isn't a reason that anybody's going to hit more than not. But I think right now, for you fools out there that are buying anything off of Nike, along with a lot of other companies, Adidas is probably in there as well. They're just overwhelmed and they're really behind. But if you spend the extra $5 on at least 2-day shipping, because they don't have next day air available really on most of these releases, that's obviously going to change your time frame, because franchise, you'll probably get the shoes after they come out on their initial release, which is the 9th. So 2-day shipping for any of you fools out there, I'd probably bite on that if you're impatient.
Gotcha. Yep. Well, That's what it is. Peter Lee, Jordan 1's been going up in prices. Obsidian, Shattered, Shadows, and Royals. Yeah, dude. Obsidians are already getting. I'm sad. I don't have those anymore, and I got to go back and get them. But now I'm like, do I want to go back and get? Do I want to go back and play close to 3 for a shoe I already had? Like, well,
right.
Well, sometimes, and I mean, who knows? Who knows what I want to do? That GOAT credit is just really burning so much of a hole that it doesn't ever get spent. Feeling like you, Dal.
Dude, I'm gonna have another
Dead stock GOAT credit.
I'm gonna have another 1,096 in there here hopefully by the end of next week. As soon as they authenticate all these pairs, I'm ready to go. You know what? It might be Travis Scott 1 or Union time. Like I'm thinking I'm ready to make a big move here.
When you were just saying earlier, you had a pair authenticated. I just had a pair authenticated as well.
All right.
And it was my blue tints.
How long did it take roughly? Can you give me an idea?
Probably 2 weeks.
Okay. Mine was 1 week and 5 days. So damn near just 2 days short of 2 weeks. So
yeah,
I guess that's better than some people out there.
Yeah. Let's just hit this really quickly. The StockX coronavirus. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah. They've got some yet again, bad press. I mean, go on.
Yeah. So what's the, have you heard any changes in procedures or anything that they're going to do? Are they going to shut anything down?
Yeah. So there's no speaking of shutting down or changing the operations from that. StockX is a bunch of greedy effers, and that's just what it is. It sounds like PPE stuff. In the email, they're trying to do their best to get all the protective gear necessary to make this happen, which should have been done a long time ago.
They haven't been using protective gear? That's
correct. And here's the research that I found. I'm hearing 1 or 2 days, but I think it's 1 day. So Michigan had stay-at-home orders, right? Their headquarters, StockX in Detroit. And the moment they put the stay-at-home orders for commercial companies, i.e. StockX, it sounds like went over that time by 1 day. So they stayed open 1 to 2 days is what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing it's closer to 1 day. So did they break policy? Yes. Did they break policy as much as some of the press made it out to be to turn them into monsters? No, but they did break policy and they did stay open 1 to 2 days after the stay-at-home orders were in place for businesses. So they did break policy there. You look at them, they literally fired or let go of roughly 10% of their staff. So about 100 to 112 people is what they let go with their staff. They raised created a 3% fee, and they continue to just make bad decisions, man. And it's like one thing after another. And now you have 7 to 8 cases of people with COVID out of that one warehouse for sure. Now they have multiple warehouses. We haven't heard reports of what those are doing or what they're not doing. But out of one warehouse, we're talking 7 to 8 incidents of people with COVID. So COVID is a problem. Staying open too long, disobeying, state orders, not having the right amount of PPE and protective gear for their people, raising fees, and also firing or laying off roughly 10% of their staff. It's just, I mean, when do we stop trusting these guys? Then we talk about like the data breach. Like for me, this company has got to have one of the shittiest Better Bureau business ratings of all time. Like this company is atrocious. I am so sick of StockX. I don't think they offer any good value. You know what the value they offer? They're always the cheapest out of all the apps, right? For shoes. So for you cheap fucks out there that want to have quality control issues, because that's an issue over there too. It's been an issue. You know what, dude? I wish I would have never recreated an account. Now I don't have a lot of my purchase information in there. I've only made one purchase. I haven't sold anything, so they don't have any of my bank information or whatever from a sales strategy. Like, I just wish I would have never opened another one and given them a second chance. Now, again, I just ordered one shoe. After they got the two-factor authentication, I was like, you know what, man? All right. These guys, maybe they're doing the right things. But for me, man, I don't want to give my money to a company like this. I think they do everything wrong. nothing right. They have a lot of money. Dan Gilbert's, they have, they're a $1 billion company finally. I just want out, and I'm choosing as of today that I'm not going to deal with them anymore. And that's just kind of where I'm at.
It just feels like they're a little bit late to the party on the shit that should be taken care of. I mean, the biggest thing is obviously the 2-factor authentication. Why didn't we have that a year ago? That should have been something that your security team was actively already implementing or getting worked on in the background, so it could be implemented. Stuff like that. Now we're talking about having proper PPE over there. This is stuff that you should have shut down, made sure everyone had, and then reopened and used it correctly. Why are you guys continuing to operate and then be like, oh yeah, well we're getting it under control? Been under this lockdown for 7 weeks or whatever.
Right. They did issue a statement on March 30th that outlined what they were doing to prevent the spread. So I wonder if they're just not following the guidelines that they said they were, because it sounds pretty good. I mean, frequent hand washing, distancing, they're giving everybody, it says protective equipment, so who knows what that is. They got new water-based disinfectant spray. They have third-party companies coming in to clean the facilities, offering bonuses. And so it says a $200 spot bonus and then a 25% pay increase through April for employees.
Jalal, so I got an answer for you. So I read a little bit more, and the problem that they had early on with this as well, when things were getting shut down and things were getting reopened, non-essential versus essential, StockX was asking other people in other departments to come take care of some of the warehouse duties that had no idea on quality control, on boxing processes, on shipping processes. So think of it this way, like with T-Mobile, right? We hire somebody, and we have the newbies and we always give them a hard time. We haze the shit out of them. But literally, if we put them out in front of a customer in their first 2 weeks, it's god awful. It's the worst thing that you could ever do. Well, what do you think taking somebody from another fucking department and putting them in the warehouse that has no idea of what's going on? It's literally a warm body that you have to say every little thing step by step of what you have to do. That's not reality, and that's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to have that type of guidance. And that was an issue that StockX has also had, according to insiders within the walls of StockX. So that's just another issue. It's like, dude, you guys are not making fucking smart decisions. And being $1 billion company, you better get it together, man.
A couple people in the chat still like StockX's platform, like just usability better than Goat.
It is better. The platform is better. So much better.
The
platform
just
is better.
You're saying just the fees and the pricing and all that stuff's not better.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't know. As a guy that I really find the used area of Goat so fascinating. Yeah. I'll get myself in a loop, bro, of just I'll be looking for one shoe and all of a sudden I burned an hour looking through tons of old pairs. And now I have a list of that I constantly check for on a weekly basis in the used section of Goat, just to see if I can find that steal, because I've had success buying used off Goat. Even when I got the pine greens that smelled like absolute shit and cigarette smoke, I washed them and they were fine. The shoe was in great condition. It was just,
smell like a fucking bowling alley.
Yeah, smell like a you'll never let me get over that one. Bowling alley. Yeah, smell like a bowling alley. That's right. Forgot about that. But the leather quality on that Jordan 1 is
immaculate.
A1, and that's the kind of stuff you can examine before you get the shoe on Goat. You don't have that ability on StockX. So I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. For me, I do like Goat better. As far as, the platform for me is better because I'm into the used market, and I find that more fascinating.
Yeah, I do, especially for saving money. And you know what? I'm not too proud to beg, because
I buy a bunch of used, I sell a bunch of used because I wear the shoe.
Right. And the pictures that they give you are pretty detailed. And I know people can, try to fraud those a little bit and act like they're taking a picture with their Motorola fucking, Razor.
Oh, if anything's questionable, I don't. If anything's
then
like,
I'm
if
moving
I'm
on.
questioning any of it, no. But if I look and dude, I've only bought, I would say I've only bought a handful, maybe 5 at the most, used pairs of sneaks, but I've had no bad luck. No bad luck, dude. They've all been great.
Right.
So,
well, yeah. And I think, for me, Goat, used, I love the used option, man, because I used to be dead stocked out, and I find myself not even just buying, but for selling purposes. I'm really, really careful with my shoes. You know that franchise. I mean, I'm putting the shit back in the box and I'm wiping them down with either a goat shoe care wipe or a rejuvenator wipe or whatever I have, and putting it back in the box after every wear. So my shit's legit. But to be able to buy used and sell used, I mean, I've been with GOAT since day one. I bought a few things and sold a few things from StockX in the past, but GOAT is my place. Never had an issue. And if I had, which I did on one shoe, they gave me a $15 or $20 credit, which takes care of more than just shipping now. So I'm with GOAT, man. I have fun with those guys. So
you ever buy used, Jalal?
I've never bought a used pair of shoes off of GOAT. If it's somebody like in person that I know, I might, but I don't really like to buy used shoes, to be honest. I
feel that. Yeah. There's some people that are just, well, of course there's that aspect of it. And there's some people like, ooh, whoa. And I think it's been a lot of Jordan 1s and not a lot, but I guess the pairs I bought, Jordan 1s, maybe a pair of Dunks, stuff like that I am going to take the insole out. I'm going to put Hefe Lux in anyway. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't hit me like that. But I figure that's why I asked you. I figured you'd be
the deals are amazing.
It's like,
you can't beat it. Like the amount that you could save. Dow got those bread. What were they, bread ones? The lows.
Plus, if you're gonna wear them, like if you're gonna wear the shoe, it's just if you're like, man, I just want to. And dude, that's what I love about it is I can wear it a few times and be like, oh man, you know what? This isn't as cold as I thought it was gonna be. This shoe looks good in hand, but I don't really like it as much on feet. I'm just gonna get back what I paid. Yep. Dude, I really like that about it. John King, tell me if I'm crazy, but I don't get the used prices on GOAT being higher than DS. I do see that from time to time. People are morons, John. There's no explanation other than people are idiots. They think their stuff's worth crazy prices. Although, I will tell you, I was one of those crazy idiots. I just listed that Jordan 1 Fearless. I was talking about that the last episode. The Jordan 1 Fearless, which I used for the on feet. Since it kind of was wrinkled and shit and I had stepped in it, I had decided to list it in the used section of GOAT because I was like, I don't think it's going to pass DS inspection because it had a freaking wrinkle down the toe, dude, a crease down the middle. So I was like, all right, it's not going to pass. So I left them union laced, super sick looking, and I list them bitches up for $275, and they were going for $215, $220 dead stock at the time. And then before you know it, boop, sold. And before you know it, boop, I should have listed them for $350. Jeez.
You had a couple shoes like that. The SBs, which ones are those? The Dornbecker.
Oh no, those I got lucky on. Those I had a huge come up. You bought them? The Fearless, I would have had more of a come up. The Dornbeckers, I had a crazy come up on. What are you saying? Are you saying about a few shoes I had a come up or got screwed on?
That you came up on, but you sold those, right? Like you sold them for
which ones? The Fearless,
the thump dunks.
Oh, dude, I had a stupid come up on those. I got those for like $185, and I think I sold them for $400.
And you said they were dead stock on StockX for like $240. Something.
And dude, they're not anymore. Now the shit's crazy. Remember, I was like, maybe I should just buy this pair for like $220 on StockX. Remember that? If I could just hold the market real quick.
Got a bid or something, and they're like, God damn it,
dude, it's crazy. This shit is so crazy with that. But
damn, hey, let's get to the chat real quick, man. There's some people putting some money in all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Looking real colorful.
Quick. Yeah, it's pretty. Phil Beast, real quick. GOAT saved me twice when I was buying second shoes. 2 fakes got caught by them. Top work. Eric Castro, $9.99 for the cast. Dallas, time to pull the trigger on the unions. I got lucky on a used pair on GOAT. That's what I'm saying, man. It might be the time. You know what? I really don't like the idea of buying grails. I would consider the Union a grail pair for sure. I don't know how I feel quite yet because I've never really bought a grail on an app. I've always got those at like Riff LA or whatever when I was there on vacation or whatever, and supporting small businesses as well. But I don't know, man. With the whole StockX thing, and I can't let one bad egg ruin this. They're not perfect. These establishments aren't perfect. People aren't perfect. But I don't know how I feel about buying a grail. That's why I haven't yet. But I'm thinking about it with all this GOAT credit. But the Union's up there, man, for me. So Eric, I might have to make the Might have to make the jump here.
The Failbeast asked that in the chat. Hey, let me hit this really quick. Hey, TTF, what laundry cleaner do you use for your shoes? $2 from Dirty DJ. Thank you, Dirty DJ.
Dirty.
Laundry cleaner.
Use the TTF pillowcase system.
Yeah, no, I use I have Rejuvenator laundry detergent stuff that they sent us. I've used that. I've used Tide Pods, which I don't anymore really. I just use OxyClean. Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
I just throw them in the Rejuvenator sneaker bag or the pillowcase with the OxyClean. That's how I've been doing it. Seems to work well. And they have the OxyClean, a different one now in a black box that's for like darks or colors, like darker.
Yeah, for dark clothes.
So, yep, you can use that one too. Philbeast asked a while ago, what was on our Grail or our GOAT credit list? Shoes that we were looking to cop with our GOAT credit. For me, I think Dal just mentioned the Unions. I'm right there. But yeah, same thing as you talked about. I'd rather be able to see those in front of me at a sneaker con or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just hard to buy such a shoe like that off of a resale site being authenticated. We don't even know if these fools are authenticating from home right now. What's going on? Who knows?
Authenticating from home.
Dog, I did see some pictures on Twitter.
Did you see that?
To the house? Did you see that? I saw some pictures on Twitter. This guy was like, yo, are these fools authenticating from home right now? These look nothing like some of the he said he posted the email with the pictures that said, hey, is this okay? They were checking if something was okay with the shoe, like a scuff or something. And he's like, I've had them check on like issues with shoes before, but I've never had the pictures never looked like this. It was like in the dude's living room or like kitchen or something.
That's crazy.
My God.
Yeah, shit was wild. So who knows? They might be authenticating from home if you believe what you see on Twitter. And I'm not taking any chances on the Union. So
right.
Yeah, but that's something there. Hallows Eve Blazer, definitely on the hit list. Desert or Air Max 90 on the hit list. The Joey Bates Dornbecker Dunk Low is on my hit list.
Ooh, that's the gold joint. Yeah, those are sick.
The gold and green and yellow.
Yeah.
Yep. The NMD PK Shrimp is on my list. Definitely want those. You remember that one?
Oh yeah.
The shrimp. Yep.
Oh yeah. Damn, dude, that was man, that was upwards of like $500-$600 for a bit. Yeah. I'm so glad NMDs were fire. Yeah, no shit.
So glad Boost is dead. I don't even care what people say. Those are such great looking summer shoes with shorts, man. Yeah. Low cut socks underneath the prime knit. Throw them bitches on with shorts. Money. Anyway, so shrimp NMDs. What else, man? There was something else I had on there. I can't think of it now. Oh, the walk the dog, dog walkers, dunks.
Yeah, those are fire.
That's on there. Shit like that, dude. Shit like that. But that's a pair I'm gonna pay dead stock, and I need to just go grab them. Actually, you know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta grab those dog walkers because that's a pair that just looks so good dead stock. You kind of don't want to buy them used because the whole dog poop bag and the whole all that bullshit that comes with the laces that are in the dog poop bag and the Sparky dog tag on the back. Yeah, I mean, what do you do, right? And you just got to keep them dead stock.
Yeah, look at the bottom, like the shit that you would step in on the bottom. That's two flames right there. Love those.
Oh my God, they're $790 on GOAT right now for a dead stock pair. Get the hell out of here.
What?
$790.
$790?
The dog walkers?
Yes. Get out of my face with that. What are they on? $453. Gosh, they were just $350. They were just $380. Now they're $453 on StockX.
Dude, it's the dunks. It's the Travis Scott
cop
dunk
off
effect.
StockX right now.
I wouldn't.
Oh Jesus! I'm in between a butthole and a hard place, which is not good. No homo. Damn it, dude.
That's a pretty stinky place to be, my friend.
It is. I mean, either side. Hard place is bad and butthole's bad. So I mean, I'm fucked. All right, go ahead. What do you got? What's your list?
Man, let's see. God, I have quite a few. Travis Scott ones have always been something that I've been interested in.
Of course.
Just that's a great shoe. There's a lot of quality control issues. That's why I haven't bought that shoe, because I don't know whether GOAT or StockX. I have
Same
all
with
the
the
faith
Force.
in the world.
Same with the Force. Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
Travis
know
Force.
I don't know what's real and what's not. There's just so much, bullshit behind that. I am interested in the Friends and Family, aka Complex Con Fear of Gods. And I think Goat James just said in the comments that he bought these. So the Fear of God ones, the atmospheres they call them, and those are the all yellow joints that were just Friends and Family. Now I do get mine. Thank you again, Con Lee. My triple black Fear of Gods are coming in tomorrow, along with the Royal Toes. So it's a sick mail day tomorrow. So stay locked into Dal Palantonio's shit, because we're gonna take some pics. But that's one for me. Another one, I bought these and they didn't pass authentication. That's why I don't own these. The Cactus Plant Flea Market Vapor Max. I bought them.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Them. The process was going. They were on their way. They make it to GOAT. I'm super pumped. Sorry, they did not pass authentication. Our specialist rejected your shoes. So I bought them. I got the money back, and I haven't rebought them since then, because I was like, fuck. I'm happy that GOAT caught it, but it was such a great deal, and obviously it was one of those things too good to be true, and I wasn't able to have them, unfortunately. I'm also looking forward to getting the Off-White Jordan 5s that recently came out. I would like that pair, but I don't think that pair is worth $700. The problem is I don't see that pair getting anything less than $700.
Right.
So at that point, it's one of those shoes that I'd love to have. It's not quite a grail, but it's one of those ones that I would just love to have. Fours and fives are what got me into the game, and I just love the silhouette, and that deconstructed look looks sick, I think. But outside of that, what is that new pack that came out on All-Star Weekend that has the Jordan 1 in it, and then it has the is it not the Flymore pack? It's what's that dual
the
package?
Fearless?
No. The package that came out that has the two shoes, the Jordan 1, and then the
the New Beginnings.
Yeah, is that what it is? Dude, I'd love to have that pack just to sit on that and be super pumped on that. Because one, it's history, and then the Jordan 1 is super sick in that as well. That color blocking is really nice. Outside of that, Unions, just like you franchise, and I think that's all I have on my list, man. You know what? I wouldn't mind one of the first gen Sakai's. Just to rock those. I had the green pair, never wore them, sold them, made great money. But if I could get used deal on like one of the first 3 pairs of Sakai's that came out, I think that'd be cool as well.
Dude, if you could sit on that New Beginnings pack right now, they're hitting for $1,600 in my size, which is damn near the cheapest.
$1,600. Wow.
Yeah, $1,900 and a 10.
Oh, wow.
is the lowest ask, and then you got 10.5 is $1,550.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
So those $1,550, $1,500, $1,600, those are the cheapest on there. But dude, if you had the money to invest and you just want to sit on those for a little bit, the way Jordan 1s are going up,
yeah.
Oh man, that pack is probably going to be sky high after a while.
Yeah, that might be one of those $3-4 grand joints years down the road.
Oh, dude, I think just the way Jordan 1s are inflating, and the way, and those are terrible leather, terrible, and there's no point in wearing those ever, either of those pairs. They would look like absolute shit on feet, in my opinion.
Yeah, the
Starship would look poopy, and so would the Airship, and the Jordan 1 is, that colorway is just not good. It's like a super poor man's Chicago. No black on it though.
Dude, I was just thinking of another one. What about the Art Basel Jordan 1? The pink joints. Remember the pink and then that like green, that like really like seafoam green joint? Oh, dude, Art Basel.
I'm talking about the Miami colorway.
Yeah, I think that's
the Jordan
Art Basel,
1,
isn't it? Yeah, the Art Basel.
Yeah, aren't they more Miami? Is that what you're saying?
No. Look up Art Basel.
No, that's what they're called, but they look like Miami. You're saying I thought you said what did you say? Pink?
I don't know what I said.
Did you say pink?
They're like a pink.
No, they're orange. They look like a Miami color.
The Art Basel ones are like a hurricane.
Like hurricanes, bro.
Yeah.
Are they? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, so I'm thinking. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm thinking.
Are you thinking of the rust?
I'm thinking about the rust pinks, the NRG rust pinks, dude.
Oh,
they're
I was
going
like,
for
what?
those are going for 4 racks. Those are stupid fire.
NRG Rust Pink.
Highest been a size 9, 5,500.
Dude, and the quality's not even like extremely like fantastic according to the pictures. What do you think of that one?
Goat's taking 3 hours to load it.
The Rust Pink. Oh, that would be.
Oh wait, yeah, I remember when those dropped.
That'd be a sick one to have.
Nah, I wouldn't want that.
Are those
Not
too
my
much like
style.
the pink dicks?
Not my style. Yeah.
The darker
you know what
pink
though?
dicks.
Yeah. That's the rich man's pink dick shoes. Exactly. Great call. But dude, the Art Basel ones, those are on the hit list. Those are my style 3,000%. With the Ed Reed jersey I got. Oh.
Yo, dude, the Art Basels and any of the Soulflies, the Soulfly stuff that they did.
Yeah, that's
sick. Yeah.
Those are great. Anything for you, Jalal?
I only have a couple that I really still want to get. I haven't been buying much. I've been thinking about getting the Safari Dunks, maybe some Wave Runners. That's probably at the top, actually. Wave Runners.
The Waves. Oh, DJ Crush would love to hear that.
I don't know why. I just all of a sudden I kind of want that colorway. I've always liked it, but I never really thought I'd get it. But I want it now. The Yeezy Slides, of course. Are you two guys talking Goat credit or just Grails?
Oh yeah, just shit you would buy with your Goat credit. Yeah, we were just kind of,
of course, Fear of God ones,
freestyling it.
What I really want,
yep.
I want these Fear of God NBA tearaway pants or the Nike tearaway pants. They're going for like $700. It's insane.
For some tearaways?
Yeah, it's the ones that Jerry Lorenzo is always wearing. I don't know if
yep. That's what I was envisioning.
With the snaps on the side.
Yeah, did those come out with the OG Fear of God ones? Like that when that first Fear of God
collection
dropped? Is that
I'm not
when those
sure.
dropped?
It says 2018, December 15th, 2018. I don't know if that gives you any idea.
Yeah,
Anachoff, dude, Anachoff just has mad shit sitting, and he said what size you need, Jalal. I have a few pairs.
Dang, I don't really know what size I need because Dal, you got a 10, and you said that fit you, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people with Yeezys obviously go half size up, but for Wave Runners, I finally found that true to size was good for me.
Really? I would probably just do 9.5 just to be safe because, yeah, with Adidas or just with Yeezy, I've always had to go at least a half up. So I'd say a 9.5.
He has what else did he say? He said, oh yeah, he said he had the Hallows Eve Blazer and the O Blazers both just chilling. DS, no big deal. And then he's got a few pairs of Wave Runners for you, chilling, no big deal.
Wow.
Joey Magana, you got to buy the Travis ones in person from a trusted source. Make sure we get that in. That's the totally agree on that.
Totally.
Yeah, I've been looking on like all the little offer up in those little apps, seeing if I can find anyone locally that's got a pair, wants to make a deal, wants to make a trade, or I can go examine them in person and then lowball them. All right, let's finish this up now. Let's do the Travis Scott week of drops. I saw the lunchbox the other day.
Yeah.
Which
Did you cop?
Of course I didn't. I need to get a cooler, bro. Like I need a cooler. You know how hot it's gonna be in that van.
We were all rushing to get the action figure and the Nerf gun. Every single day, those were the two items that stayed in stock. So ridiculous.
It's all good, dude. They'll get your money back in probably about a decade.
There's
2030.
Actually, a couple of months later.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said there'll probably still be resale eventually, but
oh.
Nah, probably longer after a year or so.
What's next, or what is the list? I didn't even see.
Let's see here. So they have everything right now, and I think there's still a timer right now that should be going down to nothing. And this is the last of the last. And then I'm wondering, and I don't know if this is sharing something that isn't common knowledge or is common knowledge, but so today is Travis Scott's birthday. He turns 28. The other thing that I'm concerned with is shop.traviscott.com may in fact at some point this evening be dropping his React Air Max 270s that we've seen, right? You've seen those, right, franchise?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So nobody really knows. The actual global release date is supposed to be tomorrow, May 1st. But I haven't seen it on sneakers yet. I haven't seen any images or anything loaded on Nike quite yet. And maybe I'm just late to the party, but if the release is tomorrow, I haven't seen anything. So I think if you're looking for that pair either to keep or sell, shop.traviscott.com tonight after that timer. Right now I'm seeing 2 hours, 46 minutes. Once that timer's done, then all of this stuff that is on there should not be available anymore. But they may load the shoes tonight. I don't know if not tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. That's what I know on Travis Scott stuff.
Interesting.
But that's the next drop. So we'll see, man. But I didn't buy anything else. I just bought that Nerf blaster. They restocked multiple times. A lot of the stuff that had already sold out, it's available again. So obviously all this stuff is pre-orders. We know that nothing's shipping, nothing's coming till probably October. I don't know.
They got to figure out how to make those Nerf guns.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. They got to get Target Nerf in the cut on those. But for me, man, again, I'm not the biggest Travis Scott fan. I felt like I should buy some of the picture art of his vinyl because that was a collab with Cause. Did you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you look at some of his vinyl, so the actual covering and then on the actual vinyl itself, the sticker, that is all done by Travis Scott's team and Cause, which is pretty cool, especially like that pink vinyl. I really like that. But outside of that, dude, again, I'm not the biggest Travis Scott fan. I absolutely do not like Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I don't care about Fortnite.
Right. A lot of this shit is geared towards gaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole gamer. I swear to God, everything on there is called like a gamer or something, a gamer this, a gamer that.
Right.
On the merch.
So,
as far as copping, did you cop any Supreme this morning?
I tried, dude. I tried.
Yeah, same.
So,
I had payment errors all day.
Yeah, payment errors is exactly what I had, man. So the bots obviously ate. Just Incredible, who runs a couple, said even bots were having an issue this morning. So I don't know much about that, but obviously the biggest thing today was the cutout logos, which some people were like, it's not a box logo. It's not. It's like the most controversial box logo crew neck that Supreme's ever done. I think it is a box logo. I'm going to say it is a box logo. I think it's a cool box logo. How it just kind of fits into the same color scheme and kind of subtle. So I tried for the gray, I tried for the black, and I also tried for the cream. I thought those were awesome. At $150, roughly 148, I think was the retail on those. Of course, those sold out within like 5 to 12 seconds, 20 seconds. It was all across the board depending on the colorway. But I tried to get you the ashtrays. I tried on both ashtrays this morning because I knew that would be something that you would like. I knew that you were probably going to miss or you probably forgot. But I couldn't hit it. I had both in my cart. And by the time I put in my information, it was gone. So those are the two things that I liked. Everything else I wasn't interested in. And I had a shitty morning. I wasn't able to cop shit. So
yep. Same.
And
Same. I just was trying to go for the crew neck.
And remember, I was trying to do this as I had just kind of woken up and was dizzy as fuck. I'm committed to the cast. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to Supreme. But I lost. I took big fat L's.
Dang. Sorry, guys. You're feeling like that. It sucks.
It's all good.
Waking up in the morning like that, it's terrible. Like you got morning sickness.
On to something bigger and better.
Yes.
Now, this is the most controversial shoe. Everybody's hating it. Nobody likes it, which I can totally understand. I think it's one of the most ugly dunks I've ever seen. Ugly dunkling. How about that? Should we call it that?
Nice one.
But I love, dude, you got me a gift card for $75 effing to convenience stores. I am convenience store Dow. And for that reason alone, the 7-Eleven dunks that are going to come out are one of the ugliest dunks, but means so much to me. Not because I was doing kick flips in the back, not because I have anything like that. I loitered with my cousin. He always made me stand in front back in the 90s and ask people to buy us cigarettes. You know how we used to
do
that.
Are you serious? You were one of those guys?
every time I came to Denver, man, my cousin made me do the bullshit of asking everybody, hey, can you get me cigarettes? Here's a $10 bill. And a $10 bill at that time was a lot of money. Like cigarettes weren't $10. So people were profiting buying me cigarettes if they would. And there was a lot of sting operations back in the day, you know, so most people wouldn't. But, you know, somehow I used to, you know, I'd get a pack of cigarettes, and, you know, my cousin thought I was the coolest.
How old were you and how old were your cousin at this time?
Cousin is 2 years older than I. And at that time, because we'd come up here every summer. This is where my mom's born and raised. So let's see, during the height of that time, I was probably 13 to 16. So right in that area.
And he was, you said 2 years older?
2 years older. So he was either 15, you know, damn near getting close
and
to
he was always making the
end.
little, hey, you little twerp, go get us some cigarettes.
Yeah. And he'd come with me, but he'd be around the corner with his friends that I had joined that group, and then just me by my fucking self, because he knew that I would get in trouble and nobody else would. From Kansas. Yeah. Oh, Kansas boy, get us some cigarettes.
Dude, that's pretty good though. That's pretty good balls by you. Like to just be asking grown up adult fucking strangers at 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, that's some pretty good balls.
I was in the cut, man. But so
for one, well, who's smoking cigarettes though, Dallas? Jesus.
Yeah, I was. It's one of those things, man. But these 7-Eleven dunks, dude, like I said, the color scheme is wild. The quality doesn't look anything crazy, but you know, I am convenience
Dunk leather's been soft this year. Dunk leather's been soft, man. On not only on the off whites, but on a couple other pairs I've seen. People be like, damn, this is nice.
Yeah, the Kentuckys and Syracuse weren't bad. They were kind of like right in the middle. But these don't look bad. I'm hearing a couple different things. They may be limited to 711 pairs. They may be coming out on 7-Eleven. We don't know. They may be August. They may be a fall shoe. But those are some of the rumors, and those are very easy to make up because that makes logical sense. But again, we don't have an actual release date on these yet, and I haven't heard for sure that there is or isn't 711 pairs. I think it'll be fairly limited. And I think because of that, obviously you're going to have that natural hype, and they're going to sell out instantly. People that hate them are going to love them all of a sudden. For me, I don't love them. I just think they're cool because it's 7-Eleven. I am Convenience Store Dow. I am Taquito Dow. And
Taquito Dow.
Taquito Dow, dude. I get to go taquitos, man, and a couple Red Bulls, dude. Man, my week is made, dog. So to throw these on there as respect, I'm in. But again, I don't think they're the coolest thing I've ever seen by any stretch. I think the Chunky Dunkies are way cooler. The concept's better. The color blocking is better. The materials are better. The Travis Scotts are better. But these are cool, and I'd like to have them just for the convenience store meaning, I guess.
Yeah, just to fill people in. If you probably go back to the 30s or 40s, you'll find Dow talking about his convenience store habits. And every single day he goes to the convenience store, whether he has work, doesn't have work, leave the house, doesn't leave the house. Well, this is before quarantine, obviously. He would go to the convenience store, and my man was spending upwards of $40, $50 a week at the convenience store.
Easy.
Just because it was
a routine. It was what I did.
Routine.
It was my,
I didn't want to say addiction, but
it was a routine and an identity. And I liked that. Like my dad was a big convenience store guy, you know, to get his cigarettes, right? He still does, right? So I think that kind of runs in my blood. Like it's normal to go to the convenience store because my dad did, you know, at least 3 or 4 times a week. So, and the tennis, remember the story I told you about tennis, and then how he'd get me the smallest Mountain Dew that he could find, and then the individually wrapped Jolly Rancher, not a pack, but they had the 3-cent Jolly Rancher candy,
not a candy bar.
No,
not a bar. Too much.
We can't do a bar here. Okay,
we are not doing a bar. A Reese's peanut butter cup. Are you nuts?
Are you nuts, Dallas? You think money fucking grows on trees? What is your problem? Yeah. So
you're about to get your butt whipped.
Yeah, you get your butt whipped. So
speaking of Kansas, man. Chase, you guys know I mess with the sneakers. I got mowing sneaks, non-stank sneaks, gym sneaks. When you do a boots episode, holler at your boy. There you go, bud. Do you have any boots?
I bet that fool doesn't know shit about boots either. I bet he doesn't know anything about boots.
No, he does have boots, bro.
He's the rhinestone cowboy.
I promise you, he has boots. He's
got boots.
He'd slap Garth Brooks out his rhinestone shirt.
He doesn't know nothing about. He doesn't know nothing about no Tony Llama. No way. No
Tony
way.
Llama.
Tony Llama. He doesn't know about nothing about the llama.
Dude, Misha, I saved hella money not hitting 7-Eleven every day before work.
I know, dude. It's amazing. When I started looking at my account register, dude, and like Franchise says, I mean, on the high points, there could have been a $60 week, easy. But I think my average was between 40 and 50 a week, dude. I mean, dude, that's over 200 a month. Like, what are we doing here?
By the way, Misha, were you driving a little bit out of the way like Dal was and hitting the 7-Eleven and the DTC because that's where all the hot chicks were at before work in the business attire?
The talent.
The talent. Oh, I forgot. Go back to the 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
Those are funny episodes.
I was a talent scout before I'd go to my everyday job.
And then he talked about it on the cast and got bitched at by Robin.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Hopefully Robin's not listening to the episodes.
She found
in the
out he was.
150s.
I love it. I love it. All right, Del, do you have anything more? Do you guys have anything more for the show today?
I think.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm seeing double right now.
Why? Oh, Vertigo?
Vertigo?
Nah, just today's fast has been tough, man, because I was running around all day.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I didn't sleep much, and then I'm so thirsty right now. I'm just like dreaming about a sip of water.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Franchise, cue this man with the double vision. With that double vision.
That's it.
That's
All
a good
right.
one.
Oh,
Good.
and I
I
forgot.
like
I totally forgot to shout out Fail Beast. I stopped by the studio, so I was able to pick up the Parramatta Eels jersey. I love it, man.
Oh, tight. So you got to
Authentic.
choose what size you wanted, and we get left with the fucking small ones. Ah, I
Hey.
see. Cool.
If you feel strongly that you need a larger size, we can swap. But this
Well,
one,
you and Fail
it's
Beast.
still pretty small, to be honest.
Fail Beast was best friends with Stringer. Now you're the producer. You're taking. I guess it's rightfully so. I guess you deserve it. You are the man behind the camera, and you get the Eels jersey, the best one.
Now those mediums are real. The
He
mediums
says you
are
guys
very
need to
tight,
lose some weight, fool.
as Borat would say.
Yeah, no shit.
He says he's loving the Aquamax shirt though on Dow.
Oh yeah, Fail Beast. I have an extra one of these, dude. I think I have an XL down in my vault, dude. If you want one, I got you.
Oh, sick.
I got you, man. Fail Beast.
There you
If
go.
you want this, and it even has Stringer on the back. I think. Let's see.
Joey Magana, the new summer watermelon Red Bull's fire. I need to check that out. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, go bend
That
down.
Stringer
a little
back
bit,
there?
Al. No, I can't see. You have to like turn around and then you have to like bend down
Here, try this.
or like kneel down.
Hey, yo.
That's about 10 times worse, Dallas. And you're not talking, so the camera's cutting away.
You see it? Did it work?
No.
Damn.
Literally, the camera was cutting away because you weren't talking.
God.
That was a fail.
It was a
That was
waste.
Damn.
fail.
That was,
It was
a
a fail
fail, no
beast.
beast.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
Well,
that
shit.
was a fail beast.
Yeah, I think it says Dow Palantonia, OMG, it's TTF, and Stringer or Stringstein on the back or something. I can't remember.
Your boy String King said we didn't see crap.
String King.
String King.
String King.
Oh, dude, I'm dead right now. I'm feeling like Jalal. I'm so delirious.
Yeah, Fail Beast, hit me up in the DMs, man. I'll send you one if you want one. Let me know.
That's hilarious. Jalal, what do you pig out on when the sun goes down?
Yeah, we got to grab when the sun goes down. So your stomach really shrinks. I'm sorry, I don't know. Can you guys hear me clearly? Because my Wi-Fi is acting crazy
No,
right
dude,
now.
your shit is crap.
You guys can hear me good?
Yeah.
Video's grainy as hell. You're delayed. You're lagged. We're gonna have to end the show. And don't you dare disrespect
It literally
my
just started
name,
taking
John
a dump.
King. I'm sorry, Jalal. I'm sorry.
I can
about
hear
that.
you guys now, but yeah, it's taking a dump. I
All
still
right.
look all pixelated.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
little better now.
Yeah, well, short story short is you really can't eat much when you first break your fast. So I eat some soup, drink some water. Usually I'm full, wait a couple, maybe like an hour, and then go have a regular meal.
Then hit the Chinese food, right? Get your MSGs going.
Sounds delicious right now.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, before we go here, one other thing. I think it goes till midnight Colorado time. So
oh, yes.
Check it out. PureSpectrumCBD.com. This is the final day to get 50% off anything for your pets. So anything from CBD oil for small breed, hip and joint chewables. You've got CBD oil specifically for medium and then large breeds. And you also have CBD for your cats. We are offering 50% off of that using code MUP till the end of the day today. So I think midnight Mountain Time. So PureSpectrumCBD.com. Anything endo pet related, 50% off. Do it.
Lastly, follow, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. I forgot to tell you guys that. People have been getting mad at me. So make sure you do that. And go check out the meme I just put up on my Instagram story at OMG it's TTF. It's a pair of Puma sneakers that actually look like Hitler from the top view. Very funny.
Ooh,
at least I
good.
found it very funny. Just check it out. It's a funny it's just the dog is
it's like the hair is slick the perfect
right. The little patches look like the little patch of suede looks like the mustache. I mean, people can see anything. It's hilarious. But yeah, check that out as well. Follow me, follow the show at Most Underrated Podcast, at Jalal Sully, at Dow Palantonio. And yeah, we'll talk to you fools on Monday.
Later.